Shoot. Smooth groove. Yeah, Tristan. We go hard out there in Carolina.
Man, I vibe out
here. Yeah. Shoot. We got 2 people coming into the building already. It's the many shoes. Never told all my enemies I couldn't be around. Yeah. Feeling good. Fuck your whole crew, bitch, cause you gon' get caught. Blow your brains out in your lap, now hold that thought. Motherfuckers stop beginning of a new era. Beginning of a new era. That's what it is. Anita, you know it's beginning of a new era, right?
Yeah, man.
See, I told you. That's the retired life.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
That good feeling. Yeah. That's how we feeling.
New era. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Tired. Do you feel it?
I see you feeling it, Tristan. You feeling that right? That beat hitting. The beat is hitting.
Yeah, that's close, huh?
Yeah.
No, that's East Coast.
Yeah,
that's a beat by G5. I made that beat 18 years ago.
Really?
This song is 18 years old.
Wow. Come on.
18. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's back in my G5 record stage. You know what I'm saying? I was like Master P.
For real.
Oh yeah.
That boy G5.
We was all over the place.
Black history. Come on now. Black history.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legacy in the house.
The legacy.
That's what we're trying to build. That's what we're trying to
working it every day.
Gotta work every day, putting that grind in. Yeah. You gotta say F it sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
Every now and again.
Every now and then. Gotta say it.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got Hello Houston support
in the building
all day.
Every day.
You know what I mean?
Monday through Friday.
Right. Got your back like 4 flats in a Cadillac.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I got your back like number 2 pencils. You ain't feeling me.
Sharp. They sharp.
They sharp.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Ellie.
You didn't get Andy? I sent it to you. Oh, I just saw your thing. All right.
About to get low in the building.
It's about to go down.
Yes.
It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
Come on.
It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
All the way
down.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I'd like to welcome everybody to another episode number 7. This is a very special episode. We have this young lady here, and I have in my hand a great book. Now we're gonna get into the book a little later, you know what I'm saying? But I do have a great book in my hand. I received this book on Monday, and as soon as I grabbed it, you know, it came in about 12. The guy beat my door down up here in the front. I thought it was something else that I ordered, you know. So I got a box and a bag. So when I got it, I was like, okay, look at this thing. I said, let me open this on up. As soon as I opened, I started smiling.
Okay.
And so what I did, I laid them all out, you know what I'm saying, took a picture, sent it to you first, and then I went on and posted it because I was proud. A very proud moment, you know what I'm saying? Because from the moment that you told me about this, when you came on the show with Andy, I thought it was great, period. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. So I know this probably means to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure I don't have the entire effect what it means, but I can about imagine what it means to you. You know what I'm saying? By me being a former service member, retired as well, I know some issues and and things and troubles that a lot of people went through. You know what I'm saying? A lot of headache and just being treated wrong. You know what I'm saying? And and we know we're in that silent wall. You know what I'm saying? We're isolated away from society, and we're in that bubble. And people don't understand the bubble that we can be in. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people, once you get out of there, once you get those orders and that date hits and it's officially done, it's really like I told you, I say, hey, when you get to this date, you're just gonna exhale. I know I cried. My last day I cried. Not because I was like mad, but because I was happy.
Right.
I could be Brian. You know what I'm saying? And so and that was a good thing because you have to escape. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you are, you just got you put the uniform on, you gotta escape from that point forward, right?
Right.
So so that'll be the main part of what we're talking about with this young lady that I'm bringing forward today. But she is an entrepreneur. She's an entrepreneur. She's a realtor. I mean, she's doing great things down here in the city of Houston. And I'd like everybody to welcome, you know what I'm saying, my friend now. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
My friend name. Now, Miss Anita Renee Blue.
Come on. Yes. Clap it up. Clap it up. Hello, Houston in the building. Mr. G5.
All right. Hey, listen, we're not going to waste no time now.
Come on, let's go.
We're not going to waste a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Because one, we got some things we need to dive into. Okay. First, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and then, how we got to this whole business thing.
Okay. So, I come from a small place,
Where we at?
Alexandria, Louisiana. Where we come from. Central Louisiana. Something like, where is that? Like, Fort Polk. Some people might know where that is.
I know about the Polk now. We used to go to the JRTC. We used to do a little thing down there a little bit.
And,
take the helicopter down there, do a little something.
Back in the day was England Air Force Base.
Eglin. Okay. We called it Eglin. We was dumb like that. We Army guys. You know what I'm saying?
They ended up, actually, closing that down. And, it's not even in my book.
Right.
Because I did not know my father.
Okay.
He was actually an airman.
Was he?
Yep.
Wow.
He was an airman. And so I never met him. I never got that information. So that's probably how it kind of, it was in my blood, and I didn't really understand it and know it
see,
through all this
the
time.
Power of DNA.
That's right. So, that's kind of where I'm from. Single parent, single mother.
All right.
Eldest of 4.
All right.
I was always pretty active in school.
Athlete.
Yeah, athlete.
Okay.
Three sports.
Come on now.
Yeah, the softball, the basketball.
So you doing like
track,
that? Oh man.
Track, so I was pretty athletic, and I was involved in church.
Okay, listen. You
And
from
so,
the dirty lower part of the United States. You're gonna be in that church now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday, right?
Multiple times on Sunday. So,
right.
So that's kind of like my upbringing, but I always had to be responsible because I was the oldest, and my mom, worked 2 jobs trying to take care of us. So I was always kind of having to do things just because I was the oldest, and it was in me to help my mom the best way I could. I couldn't let her come home and things not clean and not straight. So that's kind of how I started from my hometown, in Alexandria, and just being raised there. It's a decent place, but I did experience some things.
Okay.
I want to leave it back.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this right here. And I ask everybody this because one, of course, this show is really, it's all things business, you know what I'm saying? Personal, physical wellness, medical, not medical wellness. I'm sorry, I do mental wellness, you know what I'm saying? So it incorporates all those things. The reason why, because in business, people don't understand there's a lot of stress in business. Oh, yeah. Right. And it's how we can handle it. So some people get so caught up on, hey, I only want to talk about business practices and stuff like that. But we need to let people know, you know what I'm saying, that there are some things that come with being in business. Right.
Yep.
And so, we'll get to that main piece there. But the question I want to ask you is now, because now you told me about school and stuff like that coming up. Did you have an entrepreneur bug in you during that time period?
Always.
Okay. What were some of the things you do?
Trisha, I've done like the real estate investing when they had the guy Carlton Sheets. So
okay. I remember old Carlton.
Yeah, I've always
had them books of CDs he sent out.
Trying to go around
everybody,
and be 1095.
Right.
To go around, to go and look at, rehab, old properties and try and, evaluate them. So I've always had the bug to be an entrepreneur and want to be in business. And how do I do that? Right. So I've tried several things, and all of it hasn't worked out, but I've learned every step of the way. This makes sense. So I've grown through those processes and trying those things.
Right.
And so that's kind of where, I've grown to where I am today.
Okay. Did you have any people who you had a chance to really look at and could have been a mentor toward business and toward entrepreneurship?
Not like direct to me, no. Like a family member, nobody
Right.
like that. Nobody really in the church as far as me growing up. Once I got out and older,
Right.
I started, getting with in programs that had mentors.
Okay.
Right. And so that kind of grew me, every step of the way as well.
Right.
So, but everything wasn't always someone who's like, go figure it out. You bought the books, read it, listen to cassettes and go out and do it. Right.
Okay.
So that was pretty much how I kind of started out with the entrepreneurship.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, tell me a little bit about your business. We're gonna go a little back. We're gonna be Pulp Fiction on you. Okay. We're gonna go Pulp Fiction. So we're gonna move forward and come back because, like I said, the meat and potatoes is this right here. What I want to get into. But I need to get to the business stuff because I want people to kind of understand maybe some of the struggles people can have by opening the type of business you had. Okay. All right. So right now, your current business with the credit restoration.
Correct.
Tell me about that and why did you start that?
Well, I just wasn't as educated as I thought I should have been about credit.
Come on now.
I'm a seasoned woman. That's what I call myself.
Right.
And so, everything is out there for us to read. Most of us don't do that. So when I ran across somebody who explained it to me a little better and I understood it, I was like, hey, a lot of people need to know this information. And I'm all about, being a servant, trying to help people, trying to give out information.
Right.
So I said, hey, I want to do this as well. Why not learn, get myself in a better position with credit myself.
Right.
And then be able to teach others and develop and train others to do the same. Right. So I'm grooming a team of people, always looking for anybody who's looking to go at this path as well.
Right.
And so that's kind of how I got into it, just knowing I needed the help.
Right.
I call myself legacy because that's what I'm trying to leave for my family.
Okay.
I got grandkids and kids. So I'm like, hey, I didn't know this like I should have known it.
Right.
Or I didn't understand it as it was being taught to me.
Okay.
So now I can break it down a little better and, help them get a better understanding about it and why it's so important.
Oh, okay.
Right. Because it affects every aspect of our life.
Right.
Be honest with you, I almost got put out the military because of it.
Yeah. And that is something a lot of people didn't know.
Right.
Because if your credit is not good,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I forgot what the chapter is. I think it has something to do with the indebtedness or something.
Right, your financial obligation.
Right.
You're not keeping up with your obligation.
Right, and then it affects your security clearance.
Right,
so
that's what they're looking at it for. Right,
definitely.
You can't get the clearance, you're out. Right,
Gone.
yeah.
Done.
So God blessed me, to happen to actually be in a place that I wouldn't normally have been to get the call for them to tell me or for me to answer a question. So it's just a blessing of God. I give Him all the glory for that. But that was a big part too. That I know people don't know how this affects them. Right. Because you just don't look at it that way because nobody's really saying, hey, this will affect you.
Right.
Right.
So when it comes to credit restoration, people hear that word a lot, right? And so when they typically come to you, I mean, what are they asking to happen? Hey, I have a 200 credit score. I need you to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Are those the type of people that come to you?
Right. It's people that they really don't have the education, people, and a lot of people want it to be something that's instant. Okay. Right. It's a two parts to it. It's actually restoring or getting the negative items off.
Okay.
And then building credit.
Right. So it's not nothing that's going to happen all at the same time.
No, it is a process that you need to go through. Okay. And you want to be educated about it. That's how I feel. I want you to know. I don't just want to get your credit in a better space and you don't know what I did. Right. Because you're going to go back and do the same habits that got you in the space in the first place. So it's a financial literacy piece that comes with it. And I really, want to have that as a part of what I'm doing and giving back and having people be educated about it as well. Right. So that's the two parts to it. People don't understand it's two pieces. You want to get off the negative, delete some of those things. And it's got statutes and laws and, limitations that you can look at. Right. Also, if you have no credit cards, you're not using any type of credit, then you don't have anything to report. So how can your score move? It won't. Because you have to be building something. Right. Right. And so that's the two kind of pieces that people need to really be ready to work on to move forward. And that's what I had to do personally, myself. Right. So I had to work on the negative and also build credit. Yeah.
So when you look at somebody who's, I'm gonna try to use a typical number. Let's say somebody comes with like a 450 or something, right? And they say, hey, Legacy, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a home. Okay. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of a scenario. Let's say they have like 2 repossessions and a couple over 120 days on them. You know what I'm saying? So like best case scenario, you know what I'm saying? What could you tell them? And I know it has to be a little more specific and we don't have anything written down, but I'm just trying to get people who will listen to this so they can really understand. Like you said, it's a 2-step process. You know what I'm saying? And certain statutes, you know what I'm saying, will require certain things to stay or not be deleted. You know what I'm saying? If the delete is even possible, you know what I'm saying? That's based off the company, right?
Right. Or paid as agreed to be updated.
Okay.
Is some things you can look at too. But when the score is kind of seriously low like that,
right.
it's really a matter of they don't have any credit to be reporting.
Okay.
They need to build more credit than actually like they got a lot of bad things on their credit.
Right. So
right?
so what's some recommendations that they can do, or that you would say to them for them to probably start building, even though they have the negative things on there?
Well, they're gonna need to work on getting that off, because it's that two parts. But they have things out there, self-lender, they have secure credit cards that they can use their own money, put it up and use that in a certain fashion. But it's the 5 key factors to credit.
Five
factors is your payment history.
Okay.
That's 35% of your score. How you make your payment. So you said 120 days later, whatever, that affects your score.
Okay.
Right. Then you have your utilization, or how you use the credit that you have.
Okay.
For example, if I had $1,000 in a credit limit, that's my max. I only really have $300 because 30% of 1,000 is 300. Okay. Once you start going over that amount, then the creditors kind of look at you like you're a little risky. Does it make sense? Or, you're desperate to use the credit. So when we get the credit, we max out the cards, that affects our score. Okay. Right. Then you have 15% of your score is going to be the length of time you've had credit open. Right. So when you have credit cards like 10, 12 years, you really don't want to close those, because it closes off the history.
Close the history off. So you need that.
Right. And then 10% will be your inquiries.
Okay.
You get in those inquiries ran, you want 2 or 3 a year max. And then other 10% will be like a mix of credit.
So the inquiries, right? Are there time periods that those things drop off? You just kind of explain the difference between like a hard pull, a soft pull. I mean, and how that works.
Well, so you're supposed to fall off within 24 months as far as an inquiry.
Okay. So if I went to go try to get a car, they pull it, right? They're probably gonna pull from 5 different places because they want to try to make sure the person gets approved, right? So let's say there's 5 different. So are those 5 different pools?
If it's well, it can, because it shows up at 5 different pools. Yes.
Okay.
Hard pulls on your credit history.
Okay.
Right. And so it will show each one of those. But in sometimes the creditors, they're in business. Credit bureaus are in business to keep debt negative on our reports.
Oh.
That's why they're in business.
How they keep their jobs, right?
Yeah, that's how they keep open to keep. So them removing something in a timely manner that's in error, obsolete, inaccurate.
Okay.
They're not too concerned about that. That's why you have the dispute, go through that process yourself.
Okay.
And know how it works. Because it's supposed to fall off in 7 years.
Right.
Or it's supposed to fall off in 24 months.
Right.
All the time it doesn't happen. So that's how people can come in and get, a high increase quickly if they had things on there for 10 years. Right. Because that stuff really needs to fall off. It just hadn't. And they came in. So everybody's situation will be a little different.
So somebody to say, hey, I went to this person, and I'm not talking about you, but you know how the people go to these different people. Oh, I'll have your stuff move up 70 points. You know what I'm saying? And it probably did happen based off of what you said, because some people may have went in there with some old things in there, and they were able to get those things dropped off. And so that's why specifically for the individual, those points moved the way they did. It's not saying it's going to move the same way for me.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Everybody's a little different.
Oh, okay.
So you just got to be, and that's why you need a consultation with whomever you want to work with to know your particular situation. Okay. And kind of follow the instructions that they're going to give you. It is a process, and they're there to help you. Most people are there to help you. Right. So if they're telling you to do certain things at certain times, and don't go do nothing on your credit, don't go apply for a car. Right. While you're in a dispute process. Right. Or do anything like that. So it's just those things that, that'll help it work.
Okay.
Work quickly for
you. So the credit restoration, it goes kind of hand in hand with being a realtor too, right?
Absolutely.
In a sense. Absolutely. Or it can make you a better realtor. I mean, so how does that, and why did you decide to become a realtor as well?
Well, I did that before.
Oh, so you became a realtor first.
Okay. I had my realtor's license before.
Okay. So what made you do that? It was something for you? You want to flip some houses, or you wanted to make some investment moves, and you want to pay somebody that 6% or 3% on the side? No. Was that the issue?
It was a combination.
That was mine.
Yeah, it was a combination of things. I had somebody that was willing to pay for me to get the license.
Okay, got it.
So I was like, okay, well, you're gonna, fund me. So I definitely want to do it that way. Right. And then I definitely wanted to fix and flip a house, which I went through that process. It was a learning process, to say the least. Right. And then realtors are going to run across people who need credit all the time.
Right.
Right. And so why not have that as, a piece of your, what do we call it in the military, in our toolkit? Right. Yeah. Our toolbox to be able to say, hey, I can help you with that. And then you get you where you need to be. And then we're going to get you right into the house.
Okay.
So it's a win-win for anybody who's really, as a realtor, want to add something extra to
the thing.
Help their clients. Because what are you really doing with those people who don't qualify? Some realtors if you don't have pre-approval,
they're not trying to mess with you.
No
pre-approval. You don't have a VA loan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Guarantee yourself on certificate. You don't want to mess with them, huh?
Some of them are like that.
Right. Yeah. But to me, it's just smarter to go ahead and keep those people. You know what I'm saying? They're educate them in maybe 6 to 8 months. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can really work with these individuals.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Okay. So how can somebody get in contact with you in regards to credit restoration?
Okay, absolutely. Hey, you can go to actually my Instagram.
Okay.
Legacy Blue 66 on Instagram. My information's there. My book is on the link right now, but I do have a link tree. My number's on there as well. You can text me. Hey, I can talk to you, give you a consultation. It's free just to talk with me at this moment. I don't know how long that's gonna last. My business coach over there. My business coach over there ain't gonna allow me to continue.
Everybody's life. I say that right now. She's in everybody's life.
Ain't gonna allow me to do it. So yeah, you just give me my number 281-687 4882. Legacy Blue 66 on IG. Legacy Blue on Facebook.
All day long.
Yes.
Your fingers are busy over there. Okay, so hey, that's how we get in contact with Legacy Blue, you know what I'm saying, for credit restoration, you know what I'm saying. And if you're looking to buy a house, please contact her, you know what I'm saying, because we all need houses.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it.
Investment property.
Right. Anything you want to do, you got to do it. So let's get to what, you know what I'm saying. I'm sorry that it's probably my meat and potatoes, because I'm telling you, if people hadn't read this book yet, I'm gonna tell you, if you got it and you haven't read it, something's wrong with you. If you bought you put it on what you call it?
Amazon.
I know the thing where people listen.
Audible. Ebook. No, it's not on Audible.
It's not an Audible. Oh, okay.
It's on just
also ebook. Okay, so people want to use the little tablets.
Yes, Kindle.
Like that. Kindle. But I'm an old school dude. I like, I get these big North Carolina hands. So my thing is I like to put my hands on it.
Okay.
And so when I got my books on Monday evening, I put my hands on it. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday I put my hands on it.
Okay.
And I finished it up this morning, honestly. To be honest with you, I finished it up this morning. And because I said I told her I was gonna make sure I finished it, and I did. So I told you deep. And if people, if they don't understand this world right here, you know what I'm saying, there's probably this military world and things like that, they're probably really not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? But when you are a leader, you know what I'm saying, there's a whole different way things operate. And when you're moving up to become that leader, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of things that people don't think about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of biases and judgment and stuff like that. And my thing is, of course, I'm not going to give the book away at all, because I want people to really dig into it. But what I want to do, I want to get into your mind a little bit. You know what I'm saying? In your mind, in the sense of, why did you feel it was important for this to happen?
Just so people can understand. I know other people probably went through it, or people are going through it now, and you just don't know how to react, or what do I do? Who do I turn to? Who can I talk to this? Talk about it too, because I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have anybody.
Right.
As far as that was in the military with me, that I could just say, hey, this is what I'm going through. Right. And I'm sure, I got Mr. Holmes here. I'm sure everybody kind of knew. But I never told anybody. I never came out of my mouth and said, this is me, this is my life, right? Until probably the last 6 years or so, it was a total stranger in the military, in the Army.
Right.
Wasn't somebody I was even friends with. He was just a guy that would make me feel so comfortable.
Okay.
And I could just reveal that to him. I don't even know why I did.
Right.
But he was just like, hey, it's cool. No, no problem. Hey, whatever. Right. But it took me that long to be able to feel comfortable enough where somebody might not go back and say something, or somebody, I'm trying to make these moves. I'm trying to be this leader. I'm trying to move through the ranks, trying to, have the uniform tight, have everything right. You're not going to find nothing wrong with me. True. Right. So because of the secret, the hiding in plain sight, everything else had to be right. Right. And Trisha can attest to this. Was I ever kind of out of whack, Trisha? Was my uniform ever messed up? Was anything?
Was she on point, Trish?
She was always on point. And she was.
You got to pull it close. It's a dynamic, Mike. You got to put it be up on it.
She was always on point. And if you knew her, that was her reputation. She was about her business and
on it.
Always, never. And she was on me.
Tell everybody who you are real quick, Trish. I don't think they know. You got to stay up on the mic.
Okay. I'm Tristan Holmes, aka Go Hard or Go Home.
Okay.
We have a room on Clubhouse called Hello Houston.
Okay.
I moderate and co-moderate with Miss Andy. Just ask Andy.
Hey, we in the building.
And we support Miss Anita.
So how do you know her? I mean, that's the thing.
So the thing about Mrs. Anita was I met her. I was at a transition of my career, right?
Okay.
So when I met Miss Anita, I was thinking I was just done with the military. Okay. I was at the point some people go into the military like this. Like there's two type of people go into the military. It's people who go into the military because they're accustomed to that lifestyle. That's what they want to do. Mm-hmm. And then there's people who go into it for school. And then there's people who could go into it just to see, they don't know what they want to do with their life. And that's what they had. Right. That was the option. And that was more of an option for me. I always wanted to go to college, and my parents wouldn't necessarily really pay for it. So the military was never a first option for me.
Okay, got it.
And so I knew that, my personality, I knew I'm if you know me, I'm a real individual. Right. And so I kind of already knew that I wasn't going to fit in at that aspect as much structured as the military was. Right. And it was just, I knew it wasn't for me. So when I got into the military, I would say I'm pretty smart, so I kind of coasted.
Well, you got an Air Force, so you were smart.
Yeah, so so I kind of coasted. And the first 4 years of my career, I really just was just trying to find my way. I was a knucklehead, I could say. It was not really something that I really took serious till I met Miss Anita.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I'm gonna go deep with you.
Right.
When did you meet her? What year? Just give it a year. Just give it a year.
2004.
Okay, so 2004. How many years had you had in at that time?
Probably. That would be almost 20.
So you had 20 years. So you've been holding this for 20 at this point when you've seen him. Mm-hmm. Still. Okay, and it's a reason why I'm asking that question right there. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish. Go ahead.
So I met her in 2004, and she gave me an opportunity to work she was over a program called the Honor Guard. Okay. And so if you know what the Honor Guard is, there was a military funeral program. Right. So we had 150-mile radius around the area of Houston, and we did all the military funerals for the Air Force. And so if from probably about 2004 to probably about, what would you say, 2010, 2009-ish, if you were in the Air Force and one of your family members passed away, we done it. Mm-hmm. And so we did that many funerals, and we were always on the go. But Miss Anita gave me an opportunity to join her team. And it changed my career, because she'll tell you, we bumped heads at first. Because she was strapped up. She was on a different path. She was, like you say, she was always sharp. Me, I was, I wasn't there yet. And I understand that now, being, more mature, that I wasn't there, because my mindset, I hadn't had a purpose in the military, really. I had a job. And that's what it was. And I looked at it like that. And until I got into the Honor Guard, and I actually had a sense of purpose and understand what I was doing and how this was affecting people. And it gave me an opportunity to do something that I love, and that's perform. Anytime and she'll tell you, anytime I'm on a stage, I'm ready to perform. That's what I do. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And it gave me an opportunity to perform in front of thousands of people. We talking Texans. I'd have performed in front of Kobe and Shaq, and this all because of this lady.
Okay. So what was it about her that made you, because you told me you was kind of knucklehead, you was kind of the guy, individual and all this. So what made you bottle all that up and listen to her?
Because she was first of all, it's not many. Well, at that time, it wasn't many black people who were doing what she was doing. It wasn't many black people that was over programmed.
Okay.
If any.
Right.
It was, I can probably, and we could say probably.
Yeah, not a lot.
It was not
and so,
a lot.
So we in 2004 at the time, right?
Right. Okay. So, and where we were stationed at, it wasn't, it was a good old, what they call a good old boy system. So it wasn't many black people in leadership positions. So she was one of them. So that made me, really think like, hey man, she got into a position to lead despite all the negative things that come with being black in the military. Because if you in the military and you black, you gotta understand it's a different world.
Okay.
Like we live in two different, just like you live in two different Americas,
right.
You live in two different militaries.
Okay. So now, so you saying that right then, you're saying as an African-American male, right? It's clearly a difference, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And just you being that. Now you're here holding a secret.
Yep.
You said,
yep.
You're holding a secret. We're in 2004. We're gonna come back to you, Trisha.
Right.
2004, and you're out here leading. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Males, females. You know what I'm saying?
Super Bowl teams.
But at the same time,
mm-hmm.
you're walking around with this,
right?
Like you have been 20 years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how suppressing was that? I mean,
I was numb to it. Really, I just did what I did, right?
So did you have to to be numb? Did you have to ignore yourself? Because I'm trying to really get an understanding. You know what I'm saying? What you had to go through internally.
I don't know if I had to ignore myself. I just did what I did, and I didn't have to say, "Oh, my relationship." I never really talked about a relationship. Right. I never talked about. I talked about my daughter, my family, my sister.
Okay.
But it was never a relationship, or if it was, it wasn't who it was.
Right.
Does it make sense?
But what about those? And you know how it is. It was moving a rank. We have to go balls and and things like that, and everybody's going with their significant other or spouse, but you could never
I
go with who you want to go with.
No, I didn't go with anybody. Or we were performing in the honor guard, so that was my family. That was my dates.
Right.
Yeah, we were doing something.
But if you wanted to go to something like that openly, you know what I'm saying?
No, I wasn't bringing nobody. Oh, I say it was my sister, my cousin.
Right.
That wouldn't be who it was.
Did it ever cause issues in relationships?
No.
Or people they just understood?
They just went with it. Yeah.
Man.
It was tough. I didn't even have a Facebook until 2012, 13. I didn't even get on social media.
Right. I can understand that.
Yeah, I wasn't even on social media.
Man. Man. Okay, so now I'll ask you this. At that time, did you notice anything?
Nah, of course I knew. You know what I mean? Like we knew.
I
said we knew, but
right.
Out of respect for her, we never, you know what I mean? It didn't really matter to me.
Right.
Because she was our leader. It didn't matter what, you know what I mean, whatever. We knew, but that to me, that never mattered. That never came into play when it came to her, because I knew who the person she was.
Right.
That had nothing to do with anything. And it's, and I wish at that time I understand why she did it, because at that time you couldn't really just do that. You know what I mean? I understand, certainly, you know what I mean? Now it's a different little time and place in the military. Mm-hmm. You can be a little bit more open.
Right.
But not at that time when she came up, especially, even in 2004, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? Especially because she would have got judged for it. You know what I'm saying? She would have, and it's like I said, it's already two different militaries.
True.
So you already got to work 2 times as hard as your counterpart just to even get recognized, and to
bring that out during that time.
Extra,
so it just made it a little worse, right?
Correct.
For her battle. Let me ask you this right here, Tristan. Because of course you're going to see a different thing than you're going to see, because people, because of your rank, for one, they're not going to make faces and say certain things. But had you ever heard any, did people, you say you were okay with, you have no issue at all, right? And but did you overhear people say things and stuff like that? And you probably had to go check some chins because you said you was an individual now.
Absolutely. And I checked them on it. And you know what I'm saying? But it was never anything going. They was, like you say, Miss Anita is a fighter. So they're never going to go directly to her. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Because she'll check you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, she'll definitely check you. But yeah, she'll tell you she had issues with certain individuals when we was, and so she had an issue with a certain individual, and you know he said some outlandish things to her about, you know, and so I've seen her people come at her, and like you said, she was very discreet and very, like you said, she didn't bring anyone to the balls or any of the down and outs or anything. So if you knew her, then you kind of knew. But yeah, it was gonna be people, and like I said, that's why I understand why she did what she did, because there was gonna be people who was gonna try to use it against you.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this right here. Do you feel at any time, you know what I'm saying, and this might be a tough one, do you feel any time that people's thoughts or feelings towards you because they figured, you know what I'm saying, because they had an issue or whatever, do you think at any time that it hurt you in moving forward, with whether it be not just rank but in positions?
Possibly, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of times I felt that way. You know, I maintained my rank as an E7 for a long time. And a part of that had to do with, you know, I was still on active duty days. I was trying to build up the time. So if I would have promoted, I would have promoted myself out of a job as far as full-time active duty days. And so I you know, I kind of stayed in a rank for a long time. So when it came to the end, I thought I had, you know, kind of channeled it just right. Because I got to the E8. And then the program that I was on didn't have an E9 slot. But I had a slot where I went to drill, but they didn't work it out. Like I know they can work it out sometimes when they want to. Yeah. So that hurt me more than anything. That took me a minute to kind of get over that. Because I feel like they were
doing something to not allow you to get.
I felt that, like, that hurt me pretty bad. Just that nobody would really fight to say, make a way, because we know they can. Right.
Okay. So when I look at this right here, when it says, becoming a leader while hiding in plain sight, like what were some of the challenges?
So I was always I was personable. So I always had the ability to meet people in finance. Whatever I needed, I knew everybody. Somebody can come to me, ask me anything, and I would know who to point them to. So I had the ability to be able to move up in leadership. But I never could be my authentic self with my family life or whatever I was going through. I couldn't go talk to somebody where I had an argument with such and such, you know, just anything like that. Not saying that I would have done that, but I'm just saying, you know, we go to work and we talk about our situations. True. And so I never brought any of that type of thing to work. I couldn't, I wasn't able to be free in that space. And I just had to do whatever I needed to do, just keep pushing. And I just always just went through jovial, like everything was great all the time. And just everybody was, hey, how you doing? Hey, you know, seeing blue. It was just always, you know, I just was able to operate in the space that was created by myself. I created this space for me to operate in spite of me not being authentic to myself.
Were there any considerations at any point of, like, you know, I'm tired of fighting this. So I'm tired of you know, not being able to be who I had to go.
I had to go to retire. God kept me going. He kept me getting days. He kept providing for me. I was gonna ride it to the wheels fall off.
Did nobody change that for you?
Then nobody, no relationship, nothing. That was my goal. And I made it 34 years, and it you know, it happened. And so it was no really turning back from that. So that's why I just kind of had to live in the bubble that I created. Even making it to the state headquarters of the Texas Air National Guard in Austin. Everybody doesn't make it there. I made it all the way to that type of level, with mostly officers that worked in that, you know, in that particular unit. So to make that E9, and you know, I just didn't quite make it, but you know, that was a part of my making moves and making the right connections at the right time with the right people. Come apply. Right. So and that's how I got the E8. And so yeah, so it's just those type of things that I always, I had the little angel I was watching.
Okay, so as you've seen other soldiers, airmen come up, right? That over the course of years, you knew what you were keeping inside to yourself. I'm sure you ran into young airmen, who were going to take the same steps that you took. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever talk to any of them and to kind of like give them some type of guidance or a path?
Absolutely. And it didn't necessarily have to be, my particular situation. I always cared about airmen. I always cared about what you're doing, where you at, what you gonna get promoted, what you doing, what's going on with you.
Right.
Because you've been wearing this rank for a little while. Why is this your fault? Like you haven't done your lesson, you haven't, did your CBTs and whatever you need to take care of. Right. I can't help you if you didn't did your part. Because I always did my part. Right. And that's how I got to where I did what I needed to do to make that. And so I always cared and concerned. My jobs, I was in services, which was food service.
Okay.
And when I first started out, I went into like an admin position.
Right.
I ended up in EO for 13 years.
Okay.
I was
EO.
Yeah. Equal opportunity. For that. And then I was a human resource advisor. Okay. So it's always really, about, caring for people in their ability to move up. And definitely want to mentor you and tell you, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. I don't think you watch yourself, right? Be smart, right? I know we want to be our own individual, but you're going to have to tame that a little bit to maneuver if you want to maneuver. I'm just being honest with you. Right.
Well, you know what? It's kind of interesting what you just said. You said you started off in food services and then you moved over, did EO for a while and then you did some administrative stuff, HR. I'm curious, how does when you went into the military, did you have a particular MOS? Does the Air Force work like that? Because I really don't know how the Air Force works.
It's got Air Force Specialty Code, AF.
So you get that right there. So how did you go work in different things?
We were able to move around if we had the opportunity to retrain. Okay. And so that's why you can get another AFSC, Air Force Specialty Code.
Okay.
And so I had like 4 or 5 of those.
Oh, so y'all can switch like that?
If there's an opening and you you can get with the people that release you.
That's a good thing to do that.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, because it gives you a more well-rounded area if you can move. I wouldn't go from food service to security force. I wouldn't go something totally that don't match.
It gave you more opportunity to get ranked. Right. Say maybe services is top heavy.
Right. Okay. That's what you're saying.
And you can't get ranked in that area, so you can move around and go to another FSC, and they may have a position for you. And so that's basically what she did.
Okay. Because in the Army, it's more or less we call it broadening assignments. Okay. You stay your same job. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I was a Black Hawk. I'm saying crew chief mechanic, right? So my thing, I all day long. You know what I'm saying? We shooting everything outside of the Black Hawk. That's what we do.
Come on.
That's a tough job.
We'll mow them down. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but the thing about it, you'll stay at MOS though. You know what I'm saying? And so, from like E1 to E4, you turn the wrenches. You know what I'm saying? And you crewing in aircraft, you turn the wrenches. You become a sergeant. You go E5 because I know y'all ranks is a little different than ours. You say sergeant for E4 or something, right?
No.
Well, staff sergeant is a
E5.
See, staff sergeant is E6. Right. So that's where it gets confusing for me. Right. And then we start doing the tech sergeant. Now I'm lost again.
I'm like, who? Let me tell you how to do it. Let me tell you how to do it. Real easy for us. You're gonna see your rank real easy for us. You count everything, and that's how you get what the rank is. You count every stripe and the star.
Oh, so you count the stripes?
Yeah, you count the stripes and the star.
We stop counting after the third one.
Yeah. You count everything for us.
After the third one is you stop counting.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's how you can figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Count everything.
That's cool.
E6, E5.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you have opportunity? I'm only asking because I'm trying to look at the fact of different things you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Being a leader. You could be a drill sergeant or something like that.
I think the closest to drill sergeant was the honor guard.
Okay.
Because we had a team and we had to practice and we had to be sharp and on point and we couldn't be late, so it was kind of like I kind of get a little hot if things where you at, what's going on. So so that was about the biggest that I actually was like, hey, we got to be moving. But other than that, I never did any type of assignment like that as far as a drill sergeant, but the actual honor guard was a program.
She was a drill sergeant.
She was on you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, she was, you know, I'm gonna give her a flower. She was our jury sergeant. She was our leader.
Right.
So we fed off her energy. Yes, she was on us. Yes, did we have some arguments and some, but we were, at the end of the day, she made us feel like family. And her and our other sister, I call them the two of my big sisters, and because they looked out for me, even though they was on my head, and they was, but I needed that, and I'm so grateful to this day, because, like I say, I will tell you any day that Miss Anita is the reason why I'm gonna reach 20 years.
Come on. Congratulations. Let's go. 20 years.
It's 20 years.
20 years.
And I would have never thought I would have ever, you know what I'm saying, that when I got there at 19 years old, I would have never thought that I would be there when I'm 39. Right. And like I said, she gave me a purpose. She gave me a reason to put that uniform on. And and she'll tell you, I started out slow, but if anybody asks you to this day who is the best,
come on,
they'll tell you who, you know, you go to that base and you ask them who the best honor guard member on that base.
Right.
It's no question.
Go hard.
It's no question. I put on that
Train
hat.
By the best.
It's a wrap.
Train by the best, baby.
Yeah, and that's because of Miss Anita. Like, you know what I mean? Because
we love that job.
Man, and we loved every minute of it, because we didn't just affect people on the base, right? We affected people off the base. And every day we would get letters, and we would get, you know what I mean, Miss Anita got, you know, pictures with presidents. And we got coins. And I mean, you know, we got generals, 4-star, 2-star.
Super Bowl. We did the colors for the Super Bowl.
General Petraeus, General Jumper. These are big time guys, and that no way possible would I ever got exposed to if it wasn't for this lady. And so she brought it in my horizon and got me recognition for if you look at my ribbon rack, a lot of my ribbons come from because of this lady. You know what I mean? I got accommodations, clusters with accommodations, and my ribbon rack, you know, maybe E5, but my ribbon rack is thick. And
Come on.
And it goes. I can compete with the best of them. Yeah, I can compete with the best of them.
That's 20 years though. That's 20 years though too.
Right. And so I could compete with the best of them. So like she said, she was a drill sergeant, but the thing about it was she was our leader. And yeah.
I'm gonna ask something. I know I ain't in the service.
Come on, we're gonna make it honorary.
What I do want to say is the respect level that I have for you guys, just being in the service is unbelievable. And I want all three of you guys, including you, G5. I want y'all to understand like the impact of just hearing your stories. It ain't no way in hell Andy could have went through that. Like we just gonna I'm serious. Y'all know how serious I am about explaining the mindset that you guys, it took y'all to say, I'm gonna have this type of discipline, right? Having someone to tell you go sit your ass down because you're not doing something right? It'd have been me like, well, huh? What we doing? But the fact that y'all can put on a uniform and be so sharp and be in alignment on understanding what y'all are developing, I am taking my hat off to you guys because I can tell you right now, even the impact of speaking to you guys and saying, hey, we're gonna meet up. I can guarantee they're gonna beat me there.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be on time. And when they on time, they're gonna be like, okay, so you 5 minutes late?
Yeah.
I'm like, when they tell me, hey, today we doing this, I'm like, can I be on any time or your time? Because I don't know if I can make it, but it's just a respect level that now I'm like, you know what? Instead of being 10 minutes late, I'm gonna try for 7 minutes. Okay. Now I'm gonna try for 5 minutes. But it's something that we have to learn as individuals out of respect of you guys taking your time out to now say, I'm a part of this, and just someone sees in me that y'all don't even understand. Like Andy always like, don't judge me, judge your dirty TV. But it's the point of y'all come. y'all on time, y'all making sure, everybody's okay. Like that's a level of respect that everybody should know that, you're not dealing with individuals that just popped up. You're dealing with individuals that been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people understand y'all mindset of what y'all really bring to the table. So again, big shout out to y'all.
Thank you. And the thing about it, Andy, is people will never understand. And that's the crazy that's the crazy thing about it, because and Miss Anita and G5 attest to this. You know what I'm saying, when you join the service for as long as Miss Anita and me have been in the service, it's not a job, it's a calling.
Oh yeah.
At some point you have to realize this is what you do.
Yeah.
And I've, you know what I'm saying, I'm real quick back, I've been divorced, you know what I'm saying? I'm married to, even though I'm married to the Air Force.
Right.
I bleed blue.
Come on.
Yeah.
And so, I may say, hey, this is, Miss Anita may say, hey, yeah, she wasn't feeling right about her E9, or I may feel the way about my promotion of whatever. But it doesn't matter at that time when I gotta perform, or when we gotta go out there and do whatever we gotta do.
It's first.
Right. It's I can't let Miss Anita down. I can't let Charlotte down. I can't let my crew down.
Right.
Yeah.
And so at that point, it's different. You know what I'm saying? When you got a job and whatever, most people, when they go to their day-to-day job, they be like, I'm getting off at 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The military is not. Mine is 24/7. And Miss Anita used to tell us, you know what I mean? Hey, 24/7. You know what I'm saying? There's many weekends I couldn't go places or go because I had a duty. And I was going to do that duty no matter what rain. She'll tell you, we sleet, snow, we
burning feet,
we right. We
toes on fire.
We used to call ourselves the hop out boy.
Yeah.
We used to hop out a van and go do a military service, 100-degree heat in the middle of nowhere, Sweeney, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Rosenberg, El Campo,
yes,
in the middle of Nowhereville, Texas. And we out there performing like it's 100 people out there, and there may be one person out there.
But that's the breakthrough of success, though. That's why this book is very important.
And you gotta understand it's a testament to your leadership. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And what you brought to the table. You know what I'm saying? There's a thing I want to ask you about. You said demonstrating courage as a leader, you know what I'm saying, is a big key. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But explain that for me.
So as the leader, everybody you're leading is looking at you.
Right.
So if you're scared, you don't have the courage to go first and be through the door or step out the van first or whatever your duty is, then they're going to have the same feelings. So like he said, he fed off the energy. So my energy low, their energy low. Right. So the leader have to have the courage to do whatever it takes. And that's your ability to lead. And if you cannot do that, then in my opinion, you're not a leader. Okay. Or if I'm going to tell you to do something that I'm not going to do, in my opinion, you're not a leader. A leader leads. They do it first. And I didn't expect anybody to do anything that I wasn't willing to do. Okay. I didn't send nobody out to do nothing that I didn't want to do. I didn't know how to do. I didn't figure out how to figure out or find out who I need to talk to figure it out. That's how we got to the Texans. That's how we got to the presidents. That's how we got to those places, because I wasn't afraid to go talk to who I need to talk to. Right. Because if you don't ask, you never get. And that's how we got a lot of stuff. That's how I got a lot of stuff too. I just asked. And I had that actual personality that was, approachable enough. And I asked in the correct manner, the manner I needed to have some success in what I did. Right. And so that's why courage to me is that you have to show what you're asking. Okay. Right. Be the leader you want to see. Right. That's my mantra.
Well, let me ask you this right here. So when it came to the year of the, and it's going to kind of go with courage. When it came to the year of when they were saying like, don't ask, don't tell, what did that say to you? Like how did
that's just ridiculous to me.
So
to be honest.
How did you feel like from the higher ups, you know what I'm saying? And how they just said, okay, but
I'm trying to tell you, in the last 5 years, we had, we actually had Pride Month in June. Okay. I had a commander. I was in Equal Opportunity where we put out the information about all the events, Black History Month and then Pride Month. We don't want nothing to be said about that.
Okay. And how many years ago was this?
This not been 5 years ago.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So we clearly passed all. We supposed to be. We supposed
when
to be
they
on
have
it.
a month in the military on the calendar.
Yeah.
As a part of diversity and inclusion, and put out, we have to go around and, hey, Black History Month, right? Hispanic Heritage Month, right? You celebrate all these times and, have, in the dining facility, they cook, certain meals and everything like that. But the commander of that base said, hey, we're not going to, let's just keep that quiet.
And so
I'm standing right there.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about this courage. It's big key now. So he says this. Okay. And we know he didn't say it in a loud, thunderous voice because he knew not to do that. You know what I'm saying? What did Blue do? And how did Blue act at that point?
Okay. So I'm with my actual boss. At that point, he knew. Okay. Right. But supervisor over me. He knew about me. Okay. Right. And so I went and looked at him and said, is he serious? What are we going to do? Right. This is not right. How can you just say this? How can you just be quiet about this? Right. When it's totally legal in documents, that's military documentation to say you can celebrate this. Right. Right. The courage was not there
in him. So
yeah,
I know some more to the story, Blue.
That's all. That's all I could really do.
So there was no.
I was trying to.
So there was no going up the chain.
He was the top chain. He was the chain. He was the top dog.
Okay, he basically man. The next one.
There was nobody above him. Nobody above him that I could have went to at that time. That I could have went to at that time.
So we say when you could have went to what's your system? You know what I'm saying? What's the system in Air Force? Because there's somebody over at Fort Hood. Okay, yeah, there's a general of the 3-corps commander there, but at the same time, he got a boss.
We have wings.
Okay, right? Wing commander. Okay, talk to me about that then, so I can understand that.
That's just the wing runs everything. That's the person over the whole entire facility. That's it. Right. To go above him, you got to go to the state headquarters. Okay. Which is be a general. So you have to go and reach that call.
And there's no open door pilots. There's no. He don't have a sergeant major.
No.
So it's not general and.
Well, we told you our experience out there, right? What it was, the network. Yeah. So there was
GOB.
There was no.
What she trying to tell you, G? If she would have did that, that would have been
career suicide.
Yeah.
Okay, so they go hard like that.
You had to maneuver how I need to
and I have to remember, you said you were AGR.
Yeah, right? I was on days.
So that's state. Right. That's state ran. Right. Pretty much.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's federal, but it is state ran. And so they have to approve it.
Right.
So
from
every
year. From the state level.
Every year.
Right.
I have to put in a packet to maintain.
So that's why it can be
super tricky.
Yeah, you can only say so much. And you slap the hand and
man.
It's just what we call it is shut up and color.
Shut up and color.
Yep. And stay in the lines. Don't make it messy coloring either. You stay in them lines.
Because
it's really like prison.
No, well, it's political, G. The Air Force is a little bit more political than the Army. You know what I'm saying? So
it's all the same, bro.
Yeah, it is all the same.
It's all the same. But this is where it's different. This is where I'm going with it. This is where it's different because we have AGR too. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all do. So it's the same.
And we're not knocking the Air Force. Everybody want to know we're not knocking the military. We're just explaining some experiences.
System,
some experiences. So it's the military did us all good. We all still.
So if everybody understands, right, that each one of the branches, they have a AGR system. You know what I'm saying? Period. For each one of the branches. Just like the federal government has different branches. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing, and it's who heads it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a governor heading things or whether it's but even though it's still federally ran, federally maintained, but the walls are a little different. You know what I'm saying? For other things happen, and so I guess I'm only talking like this because I want to make sure everybody can understand. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't want to assume anybody understands like I know.
Right.
So I have to kind of ask those questions this way. Okay, so at this point, you're pretty much somebody's telling you that you cannot put out, information for something that's clearly legal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's clearly documented. You know what I'm saying? Like, what year was it when everything was like, hey, open? What year was that?
That's been since 2000 and when I got married in 12, so it might have been 11.
11?
Yeah, it had been when Obama
came in. So right, he came. Because it was don't ask, don't tell when Clinton was in office.
Yes.
And
so that's how I know the difference. Because when he was in office, it was don't ask, don't tell. Right. And then when Obama came, that's when it was like, no, serve openly.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
it started. It didn't happen just instantly, but he started the legislation.
Yeah, he changed
right.
it.
And it still was an issue because I know it was a big issue in the Army.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a very big issue.
Right.
You know, I think because of all the testosterone running around there.
Right.
You know, people trying to be who.
Yeah, when you got A personality, it's definitely a different vibe here. I can see that being more of an issue.
Right. So how does this help? You know what I'm saying? Because people are going to continue to go through this.
Right.
You know, and it's so is there a fix for it? Is it really educating, or do the people up top don't want to be educated? I mean, what is it going to stop the stereotypes and the issues?
You have to have people who care enough to want to listen and want to be educated and want to change it.
Right.
You just gotta, somebody's just gotta say, hey, at a minimum, I can just listen.
Right.
And I was able to talk to someone, my last supervisor, actually, at my retirement ceremony. When the George Floyd incident happened.
Okay.
The commander at the time, female, got up and pretty much made a statement saying, hey, this happened. It was live and it was murder.
Right.
And that's what it is. I'm no sugarcoating it.
Right.
Got up and said it, and that was what it was. And so, we need to act accordingly, and we need to, take this serious.
Right.
Right. So at that point, for her courage, right, I got me a little courage as the one of the only Black females at that state headquarters.
Right.
Yeah, the only one. I stood up in that room and I thanked her openly in front of everybody to say thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
Right.
Because we just need more people like you to really just say what it is. A wrong is a wrong. It don't matter.
True.
How it got sliced up.
Right.
Wrong is wrong. And I appreciate you saying that. And everybody just needs to be a little bit more thoughtful about what's going on, because everybody's a little tender right now. Everything's on the edge.
Right.
So some of those normal things that you might think is funny or a joke and you just don't understand it.
Right.
Everybody not going to be able to receive it. And so I had to have the extra courage behind her courage to stand up and say my little piece, as a person of color in the room, majority not color. So, and it's nothing personal, but I think that a person like that saying, hey, this is what it is, and I'm willing to listen. So my supervisor at the time, a white male, he did call me and he said, hey, are you okay? Is everything okay? I appreciate you saying that, and I kind of talked to him a little bit, everything's okay, but, I appreciate you. Most of the time, all we want is somebody to say, are you okay?
Okay. Right. To care.
Just a few minutes of empathy.
Right.
Just to say, are you okay? You okay? I'm really concerned. If you need anything, just, I'm here. We ain't asking for no showers of goals and all. They making it like we asking for so much. We're not. And that's what infuriated me. You want to make it like it's so much that y'all asking for. No, we're not. And that's what I told him. I appreciate that you care. Before I left and I out processed with him, we talked again. Okay. And we got emotional, both of us. And I just thanked him. And I told him all we really want is somebody to listen and care. And he was like, appreciate it. I appreciate you telling me that. Right. And he, at my retirement ceremony, he gave me a nice little minute woman. Right. Right. And he kind of got emotional there too and just said, I appreciate our conversations and I'll never forget it. And I thank you for taking the time to educate me. Right. Right. And that's what it really, I think, will change it. Okay. People wanting to listen and learn and know what it feels like a little bit on the other side. Right. Imagine if that was you. Imagine if that's your son, your daughter, your cousin, your niece, your nephew. Right. That's what'll make the change. You got to imagine it was you. Put yourself in their shoes. And if you can't put yourself in the shoes, you can't feel it. Right. Right. You can't have courage.
So after the Clinton era and Obama came in and it was like, okay, hey, serve openly. What did you see happen throughout, your Air Force service with people and as far as acceptance and did you see the commands? I'm gonna tell you what happened in the Army, right? It was always a bunch of briefings, right? And I talked to you about this before, right? So as soon as it was coming out, we already knew, hey, don't ask, don't tell, it's gonna be repealed. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I told you this, I said, well, okay. So why we ain't having these briefings for? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even a briefing. because you never said nobody couldn't serve. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just said don't tell them. You told them not to talk about it. So we already knew.
Right.
So there's no difference, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For treatment is what I'm saying, for treatment. But now we having psychologists come in from like Penn State and John Hopkins.
We special retarded.
Like what they aliens or something? Creatures or something?
Yeah.
You know, so that caused more of an issue.
Right.
Because what happened was, you know what I'm saying, many of the people, they were offended.
Right.
Because they say like, well, we're Martians or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're the same people you were just with yesterday.
Right.
Just because a rule change, just say I can do openly. Well, you know, they try to explain to me, well, we just want to make sure people can understand and they're okay with, because now we're gonna have organizational day and you're gonna bring your mate with you and you're gonna probably holding hands and there's gonna be some kids there and they're gonna watch it. And you know, now you gotta
go. They
go
went way deep.
let me tell you, this is where it went.
They went way deep.
So it caused more of an issue.
Right.
Than anything.
Overanalyzing it.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was really crazy. Right. So for a long time, probably about 5 years.
Oh my Lord.
It was crazy. And it's still crazy now.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's sad.
Yeah.
It is so sad. And I hate to see that. But so as you're coming up, did you see any like your young airmen, you knew of some airmen, you know what I'm saying, you know, who were hiding as well, and they were leaders. Did you see them go through anything, you know, as you were coming up, that you said, okay, whoa, you know, I'm gonna have to deal with that?
No, I really didn't. You know, it was a rare occasion.
Right.
It wasn't like I even had like a road dog that was in the military. That, you know, I really didn't have anybody, you know, coming up through the ranks. I've been in Alaska, you know, Louisiana. I started out,
right,
and then I ended up in Texas. But I know since in the last 5-7 years, I've seen, you know, more. And I think for me,
right,
how I feel like I was a role model for them.
Okay.
Right. Just to be able to, how you're going to need to carry yourself. Not saying don't be yourself, but that if you want to really elevate, it's a certain way you really still got to act in society. It's a certain way you got to move in the system.
Right.
You got to be able to know the system, be able to move in it, and then you'll succeed in it.
Right.
Right. But if you don't want to conform, right, to a degree, you'll suffer the consequences.
Right. And that's the only thing that really gets you if you don't conform.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it has no bearing on what you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Period. Because it's just a way of, hey, no, this needs to happen. It needs to happen this way, in this manner. Right. And be professional with it.
That's it.
And anybody can conduct that and make it happen.
That's right.
You know,
that should be all it takes. But yeah, so.
But unfortunately, that's not, you know,
right.
That's not the way it's seen. You know what I'm saying?
So,
you know,
but you know, I've definitely tried to, you know, definitely look out for people, or, you know, always say, hey, if you need something,
right,
you know, hey, you know, contact me. I'll tell somebody that today.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
So in writing this book right here, right? What were some of the challenges that you've seen with you're not challenges, what were some of the things like Matt Morris pulled out of you, and you know what I'm saying, to get certain things? What was the process in that right there? So
basically it was just kind of wanting to tell a little bit about you and what the breakthrough was for you. Right. Kind of leading up to kind of who you were, who you've going through the growing pains and processes. And now you're this person. What did you gain from all of that?
Oh, okay.
Right. And so as I talk about a little bit, you know, leadership has always been, I was a leader from birth. I was the first one.
Okay.
Right. You know, I'm saying this stuff right off the top of my head, but
no, that's good. Yeah. And that's the best.
That's chapter 3. You know, so, you know, so it's just from birth, because I was the oldest of 4. So I just naturally had to lead. Right. And I didn't shy away from that. Right. And so it's just kind of going through those processes, and every time getting to the next level, knowing I need to raise my game. Right. It wasn't getting to the next level. No, I can chill now. I never was chill.
Right.
I always wanted to be the best, look the best. I never was like, oh, I ain't gonna worry about my hair today. I ain't gonna do this today. No, never. So I think that's what kept me going, and I just always wanted to be the best. My mom told me, bless her soul, I wish she was here today.
Okay.
To you know, witness it. But she always told me, just be clean, neat, and, you know, have good manners.
Right.
That's all you need to do. Be clean and neat.
I know that's
and
right.
I still tuck in my pajamas.
You say yes, sir. No, sir.
I
yes,
still tuck
ma'am.
in
No,
my
ma'am.
pajamas. Absolutely. I still say it.
We good to go, right?
That's right.
With that piece right there, I'll tell you, me going to the military, I was 22 when I went in, but it was hard for me to not call like my sergeant major, whoever it was, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ma'am. It's like, listen, boy, I know you're from North Carolina, but you're gonna quit that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
And so that's
inbred.
one of the things. It was just hard for me to break. You know what I'm saying? For years, you know what I'm saying? And I do it. We just notice somebody's older than you say that,
Absolutely.
you know, and it's just
To this day.
respect.
It'll never go away. I don't
Respect.
care what nobody says.
To this day.
Yeah.
To this day, it's just in you, huh?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like you say, if you live that type of way, and you know, like I said, people don't understand what people in the military go through.
Right.
They just think, you know, a lot of times you think, oh, okay, you know, it's structured, and that's why they call it the military lifestyle. That is a complete lifestyle change.
Oh, yeah.
You're not just, like I say, it's a 24-hour day job.
Right.
You can't be yourself, you know, and that's a lot of times, like you said, you know, when you got out, you can be yourself.
Right. Sure.
And I struggle with it, and I can say, you know, because I have such of a big personality, and you know, as you can tell, sometimes, you know, I'm a fool. You know what I mean? I'm just,
Right.
I mean,
but you know, I don't think you're a fool. I think you just who you are. It's just normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but
we have to get into the. I know you.
Yeah,
we have to get
yeah,
into the box. We have to
yeah.
conform into the box. That's
Right. And so it was difficult, and you know, because this is about Sergeant Blue. One of the things she told me that still resonate with me to this day.
Right.
I never forget it. I was in the hallway and I had my hands in my pocket.
Ooh.
So Sergeant Blue came. It's like, Holmes, get your hands out your pocket. I'm like, okay, like, you know me, like I'm being knucklehead. So I'm like, you know, what's wrong with the hands?
Picking on him.
Yeah.
Just picking
Yeah,
on him.
sure. And so she looked at me and she told me, she said this, and I'll never forget it. She said, Tristan, perception is reality. And so it resonated with me. And like I say, to this day, at that moment I realized, okay, it's all a game. It's all perception.
Right.
And Sergeant Blue will tell you this. We know people who don't really work hard, but because they look like they work hard, or they say, or they send an email or do something.
Always got paper in it.
Right. It is
notebook.
the craziest thing to me.
Yes.
When actually the people who actually working hard will not get the recognition, but this person who looks like he working hard, he looks
working hard and look like he working hard.
Right.
They perfect that.
Right. Yeah.
True. I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
Every time you go to a meeting, what I tell you, bring something to write with.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Bring something to write with.
Right.
Screw a pad.
Right.
Come on. Don't come in my meeting without nothing to write with.
Right.
Make me think like you're listening to me.
Right.
Take some notes.
Right. So, and because I never could understand it, like because, like I said, like Miss Anita said, I was also the first. So I was the first person really in my significant family to go into the military.
Okay.
So because of me taking that leap of faith,
right,
my brothers behind me all served. My uncle served because of me. This is because I decided to take that faith. You know what I mean? I was a leader. Like she said, once I wanted to make my mother proud. I wanted to, when she looked, you know, I'm a kid from the south side of Houston. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to, it could have went many different ways for me. Yeah. And I could have been out here in these streets, and I could have went jail. I have a brother who just got out of jail. I mean, I have friends who've been in jail. And so, or, you know what I mean? When I was young, you know, young teenager, got shot at twice because some streets, just out here in the streets.
Right.
And so I feel like after I got out it was a drive-by. And so after the drive-by, I had to look at my life, and I said, because somebody did die. But I had to look at it and say, well, why did God spare me? You know what I'm saying? Why none of the bullets touched me? And I had to, it came to the realization, you have a purpose. You know what I mean? You have something to give to your family and to people. And so I took that purpose, and I wanted to make, my mother proud, and she is, you know what I mean? Right. She told me. So, and I felt like, hey, I wanted to be that chain breaker. You know,
Oh,
that
right.
generation,
There you go.
that generation curse. I wanted to break all those chains. I wanted to break those stereotypes. I wanted to live my life in an acceptable manner that made not only my mother proud, but my family proud.
Right.
And like Blue say, she called herself legacy. I wanted to leave a different legacy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make a place in the world that was different, that no one in my family has ever done.
Right.
And that is tough. You know what I'm saying? The person who do it first, that's the toughest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had no guidance.
Yeah.
Same
here.
And when you have no guidance, you're blind. So you have to figure it out. You got to take the person who go out there first had to take all the bumps. They got to take all the lumps. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, if somebody already did it, they can tell you, hey, you don't do
that. That's a dip right there.
Right.
Don't step in that hole. Watch out. Go to the left.
So, but like I said, I respect Anita because that resonated when she said out the womb she was a leader. Right. Because she had to take those bumps and those lumps. And like you say, when you're in the military, my family they couldn't understand the life I was going to. Right. You know what I mean? Even if I wanted to, they wouldn't be like, well, why? You know, they probably be like, well, why won't you quit? You can't quit.
Quitting on yourself.
Right. So you can't quit. And it's been many days. True. I'll never forget one time. Come on. I'll never forget one time. I never forget this day. One time it was in 2005. And our base was going through hell. We was going through exercise after exercise after exercise. And we literally had to go to the base at 4:00 in the morning to get on a bus to be bussed in the base to do this exercise. Right. It's 12-hour days. Yep. And we had them went like this day number 10. And I remember sitting in my car crying. I was crying. I was literally grown man in tears. Why? Because I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. This is crazy. Like this is 4 a.m. and I'm getting on a bus with Popeye's chicken and a Kim soup. Oh my God. Right. Like with a mask. With a Kim mask.
You know me, at least you had some Popeye's chicken.
Yeah, y'all get the MRE.
At least you was in the States.
Because I
know what I'm saying?
You don't even want to hear it, huh?
But
you know it's falling on deaf ears right here.
Yeah, I know,
that right there.
Okay.
Man, if I had a pop, let me tell you what I did. You say you was in your car. You say you had some Popeye's chicken. Man, please. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you about sleep. Okay, this is real simple. Okay,
right.
3 months straight. When you first get in the country, 3 months
bare base.
You know what I'm saying? You may get and no lie, you may get 5 hours every 3 days.
What?
You may get 5 hours every 3 days.
He right though.
You may get 5 hours 3 days, and we talking about the heat is unbearable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, there ain't no shade. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no cold water. Ain't no
function.
Hey,
you figure it out.
And anybody can do it. It's one of those things. Anybody can do it. Trust me. If you're in a situation, you just have to do it.
You adjust. You adapt.
You got to do it. So nobody's doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody I knew did anything that nobody else couldn't do. Right. It's just if you're in a situation, you're gonna do it.
You adapt.
It's just one thing. Right. You're gonna drink hot water, and hot water is cold water.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know, you can drink some water that's really, what's our body temperature? 98.5.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the time you get it to 105, right?
Yeah, you good.
You can drink some 95-degree water, and it tastes like ice cold water.
Hey, Andy, let me tell you,
ice cold.
In 2000, it was 17.
You're amazed at what you can do.
I was in the Middle East, and this is how hot it was. When I woke up at 5 a.m, it was already and I had to be to work for 6. It was already 100 degrees.
In Jesus' name.
already 100 degrees. Yeah. And like, let me tell you, they say dry heat, they a lie. I don't give them because they tell you what they tell you is it's Houston has humidity, and so that's a different type of heat, right? But they'll tell you this is dry heat. dry heat ain't as bad,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it's all bad.
Right. And I tell them that mama, because once you get off, I got off that plane, and that I've never felt hot air. That hot air blow in your face.
It comes in the plane. The doors open, all the heat just comes in.
Right. You feel it will take you back. And if you never seen 130 degrees outside,
right.
Seen it?
Felt it.
Felt it.
Right. It was hot, hotter than camel's lips.
Oh, okay. And on that note.
Right. Hey, check this out right here. I see this one part right here. This is probably gonna be a little deep right here.
Okay.
And it's the part of the book when you said that you said you went through a breakup with your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And at the time of confusion about your sexuality, you said you became pregnant once more.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you had the beautiful baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
So where was your mind at this point? You just had a breakup, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said you were confused. What were you confused about?
Then
you were pregnant. So
right. So basically, it's like, am I supposed to be, in a same-sex relationship? I'm just confused. Like, is this because it just didn't work out? I'm just
so
not working out.
Were you going back and forth?
I wasn't really going back
trying
and
to
forth.
kind of figure something out
At that moment.
Right.
Early on, it was more for the show of it. The more show. Later, it was more like maybe I'm supposed to be doing the regular way.
Okay, so you would say when you say the show of it, like who are you showing?
Just people around me.
Okay,
trying to hide.
Military or family?
No, this is actually right out of high school. Okay, right out of high school, going to college.
Okay, right.
All right. I'm in a basketball program, so I got a scholarship to a little junior college there.
Cross the people over.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's it. And then so I'm with the team and everybody dating.
Right.
So yeah, I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna try and play this game, right?
Right.
So I pretty much put myself in a situation that I shouldn't have, and then here we go. Right. I wouldn't say it was forced or anything, but it wasn't what I really wanted to do. You kind of sometimes get in a situation and you don't know how to get yourself out. So that's kind of what happened. The person was so in love, just crying. Oh my God, it was rough. Mm-hmm. So I ended up that was right before summer break. So I ended up leaving for the break, and then that's when it's like, oh, MG, yeah, we with baby, and so that miscarriage was suffered from that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so didn't have the baby. And so I talk a little bit about in the book. It was sad, right, but it was a sigh of relief because I didn't want to be a statistic.
Oh wow.
I didn't want to be a teenage mother. I wasn't super sad about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm sad, but I'm not sad because I didn't want that to be my life at 19. So after that happened, I kind of went down to another school, and then I ended up joining the Guard. So it wasn't long after that that I joined and went active duty. So,
okay, so how old were you at the time?
At the time,
when you joined the Guard,
19.
My question is, what was your headspace?
Yeah.
At the time of,
you literally just had a miscarriage, and within months, you was like, "I'm going to go to the Guards." Like, what was your headspace?
I got to do something. I need to make some things happen for myself. I don't want to.
Right.
I want to get out of here where I'm at, right? Mm-hmm. And I want to just want to buy me a car. That's not going to happen. So I had to. What's the best way I can do that?
Right.
He joined the Guard. Get you some part-time money. I wasn't going very far. I wasn't going to leave home. So that's kind of how that started with joining the military. I wanted to buy me a car. My mom couldn't do it. I wanted to kind of get away,
right,
but not far. And so that's how I joined. I just started my military career.
Okay, so at this time, I'm sorry I had walked away for a second. So you said, so you didn't have a baby at this time?
No.
Initially. Okay. So get me to that part where you did have a.
Okay, yeah. So it was years later.
Okay. So about approximately how many years in were you at this point?
As far as the military?
Yes.
I was in Alaska.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You know what? Hey.
Yeah, I was in Alaska.
Little snow out there, cuddled up and everything.
Lord, that's exactly what happened.
That's what Alaska. It's hard.
Exactly okay. No to Andy. Don't go to Alaska.
No,
not in the wintertime. It's beautiful in the summer.
It's definitely cuffing season in Alaska.
I ain't going.
Everybody fighting for a body.
No, Alaska is beautiful.
It's taking your breath away. Cold.
Okay, so you in Alaska?
Yeah. So in Alaska, had a good job,
Okay.
still, in my lifestyle
Right.
and everything. And then that's when we had to break up, kind of
Okay.
going through this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time that I was going through that motion of never wanting to do that again, it was I'm pregnant. And so, yeah.
So
that was it.
So you kind of skipping over some stuff for me right there, because I'm trying to figure out, like, how did you know what I'm saying? Like, you had a girlfriend, right?
Right. But
so
it took me through a whole lot. It took me through a whole lot because they were doing in a bad way with drugs. And I was there by myself. I was in my 20s in Alaska, away from everything I knew.
Okay, got
and
it.
Nobody's fault. I did that. I was grown.
Right.
I knew everything.
Right.
So I left. I'm like, I'm going with that. I'm going. Right. And so I got there, and that was nothing like I thought it was going to be. Right. Of course, I'm young. I know everything. So,
right.
And God just watched me the whole way. I got a good job. I had my own car. I had things, and I could have been a statistic based on, why I went there, because they had issues. Right. And they could have drawn me into the issues.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Right.
But I didn't get drawn into that issue.
Wait.
Issue of doing drugs.
I'm like, gee, you're skipping over something.
Where did that come from?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to that part.
Okay, but you went there and you had a girlfriend.
Right.
And you got pregnant. We still confused.
No, because we broke up, and I was trying to. Yeah, I broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we weren't together. It wasn't on none of that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, I broke up. You got a little something, came back, got back together. You pregnant.
Right.
Damn.
So
yeah, well, no, not at that point. I wasn't like I was initially, like, oh Lord, I don't want to do this. No, I was like, this is it. I want my own family, so this is it.
Right.
That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Right. So I just kind of went through that.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it was just I'm
a little slow from North Carolina. I'm a little slow.
I ain't slow. I need detail.
Yeah. Well, that was pretty much it. It was kind of like I went through something, and then a little smooth talker, and,
and
I was like, okay,
he had
let me see, Army dude.
Army dude. Somebody in the Army got it.
Army dude.
What them Army guys? Boy, you got to keep out.
Multiples.
No, to Andy, don't mess with nobody in the Army.
Yeah,
I got this. I got my pen and paper.
I tell people that all the time. You leave them Army boys alone.
And so
mess your whole life up.
Oh, just tore up.
And so that's kind of how that all kind of went into fruition and happened. And I had my beautiful baby girl. And
how old are you doing now?
She is 26.
26 years old.
Shout out to Kyle.
What she do?
She is at the house with Mama.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Being a mama.
Hey, listen. Okay.
Yeah, she's doing okay, but yeah, we're trying to get her going a little bit, but she's still.
That's
good.
what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
She got a little of the blood in her.
Right.
Yeah, she did do Army ROTC 1 year. So that's how you get Mama. I said, okay, well, we tried.
She tried.
Okay, she threw a salute on you, and she jumped on off that bandwagon.
I get 1 year. That's it.
Right.
I said, well, thank you.
Was this hard? Did you find this to be hard?
I didn't.
And why not?
And it's not as detailed like I'm telling you guys, actually.
Right.
So I just know certain parts I wanted to reveal.
Okay.
That people who might read it can relate to. So that's what I was really trying to make it relatable to someone who might read it to help them.
Right. But you didn't go as hard as you could and went.
Yeah, because we had a certain amount that I could do. I couldn't just go until I wanted to.
Right.
A certain amount.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is going to be another book.
They possibly could be.
Oh, part 2, you say?
If somebody wants to try to, dive into it and want to know all the details.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But we can.
But with doing that, you know what I'm saying? I know you probably didn't answer too much. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is sometimes. We can say certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People can go back and look at it and the things that it's crazy how it works. People can go back in your time, not for you, but other people who are still serving. If they behaved a certain way, they can look at it as conduct unbecoming, you know what I'm saying, based off of this right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And certain things could threaten people's career. Was there so you effectively retired now?
Yes.
Like you're done.
I'm done.
Like blue ID card. I don't know if it's white.
Well,
now.
that's coming up, but yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, blue. I got yeah, blue ID card.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
Wait. I ain't been in the service. What's a blue ID card?
Retired. You retired.
Look at five.
20 years.
Let me
say
show you
that right
that
now.
like.
Don't leave home without it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Don't pass
That's the
go.
retiree card.
That's the thing. We don't pull it out for nothing, but
yeah.
But
well, if you want to go to that commissary,
if you get stopped,
yeah, if you want to get
I don't go on base.
Yeah.
I don't go on base.
But you
I
plan on
haven't been
going.
on base since I retired.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I have been on no military base.
Oh,
Because I never stayed close to a military base. Like even when I was in the military, I never stayed on a base. I always stayed well away from the base. And the
Why
reason
not?
because it's it becomes you. You know what I'm saying? So you already, and if you're a, you know what we call it, if you're a high level performer, you know what I'm saying? So they're already gonna get a lot out of you if you're a high level performer.
oh yeah, they're gonna drain you.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you're in certain positions, they're gonna get everything out of you. So what you want to do, I call it, you want to demilitarize. So you want to get away from there because you know you can't get away. They give you a phone.
Yeah.
They give you 2 phones. You know what I'm saying? So you got
Damn,
2 phones,
too?
and they keep track of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's part of it to keep track of you, because you know you leave that phone, you're gonna have an issue because they want to keep track of you. So imagine, that's why I say it's freedom. Imagine this right here. Imagine somebody knowing where you're at 24/7.
Absolutely.
And then once you, and this is the problem, as you move up, you know, it gets worse because now there's no freedom.
Yeah.
So no matter where you go, you are always tracked.
So you like, no, I ain't doing all that.
What's that?
You like, no, you're not doing all that.
Anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that's when you get to the point where you say, you know what, okay, enough is enough. I'm gonna go ahead and drop these papers on you.
Yep.
You know, get my little certificate and my little ID card, my little check you're gonna give me for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what I told her. I said, you know what, the day you effectively retire, that's the day of freedom. That's the day you really can, you know, he doesn't even understand it yet. You know what I'm saying? You know, but it'll hit him once it happens. Yeah. And I'm telling you, you probably ain't gonna believe me.
You're gonna cry.
You don't even know how you are. I promise you. You don't even know how you are, because you have been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
Even you demilitarize, you hang out, you think you do, but you really not. You know, and you.
I'm still struggling. It's a struggle. I gotta button up. I gotta be. I gotta be neat.
You know
I gotta be straight. I gotta be fly.
You know what I'm saying? You got to think. You share
pace.
your whole life, and you know, in the different things in different branches. Where if you're gonna be a high level performer, you're not gonna have any of this stuff on your face.
Right.
That's a requirement. You're not gonna have nothing on your face. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even get tattoos. You know what I'm saying? Out of brand, but I couldn't get tattoos until I stopped doing certain things, because I couldn't have any type of marks on me. You know what I'm saying? So I got a tattoo out of defiance. Not a defiance, but I could get one.
Just cause.
And I just got a tattoo. I was just like, and then I got one out. It was on one arm. I said, you know, I got to do the other arm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To feel
even. Match.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and
that's
crazy.
military too.
Like,
that's like, got a match.
You know, and I was an older fella doing it.
Seasoned.
Because I wanted to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I just couldn't.
You see this hairstyle I got? You see this hairstyle I got? My hair ain't never had hair. I always had a bald fade, pretty much, in nutrition.
No, she's right.
I ain't never had hair. And I started probably 6 months before I got out.
Right. And what made you do it?
Because I could, because I was getting ready.
Right. You see?
To be free.
You see my point?
It is a sense of freedom.
It's a freedom.
Even when the military and the open, you know, being able to be married in the military, somebody says, well, how do you feel? Well, how would you feel if you could do something you weren't able to do before?
True.
A sense of relief, of freedom, a sense of freedom. I can say and bring and do whatever, and y'all really can't do nothing about it.
Nothing.
You can have an opinion about it. You can whisper about it, but you can't go tell somebody and get me put out about it. Right. And so it's just that sense of freedom.
Right.
And then the retirement is a whole nother sense of freedom. And I've been knocking on that. Even for the party, I had this up in a bun.
Did you?
Ball fade all the way around. When I had my retirement ceremony, I poured it all down.
Laid it down on them, man.
I already had planned, because I got to be right. I got to look as best I could. They probably didn't like it, but it was nothing they could do about it. At that point, I earned it.
Right.
I've been so strict and straight.
And you'll get to that point. Both of you get to the point where you really just don't care. You don't give a darn. You know what I'm saying? And you probably could say it right now, but you really do, because you have to, because you're still in. But when you get to the point where you really can, like, nothing affects you, nobody can affect you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because somebody has affected you, somebody's affecting you continually until you get done with it, right? But when you actually get to the point where nobody can affect you, because you have been in that controlled bubble. We're not talking about somebody who's never been in. They don't understand it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in that point where nobody can affect you anymore, you know what I'm saying? It gives you a strength that's crazy. It really does, because you haven't had it before.
This has been 34 years
I can
straight, weekends, whatever. I got drilled, or let me check and see if I got drilled. Let me see if I'm going somewhere.
Right.
Oh, I got to go somewhere for 2 weeks. Or they sending me somewhere for 3 months.
Right.
34 years straight.
Yeah, so you got to demilitarize.
Yeah, I still gotta break off of that.
You have to demilitarize.
Right? Yeah,
we all have to do it.
This the part though. I sit here again. I have to keep saying this respect because I know damn well I would have been in trouble. But it's amazing to hear y'all untold stories. Like this is different, G. Like this is the experience, right?
Right.
I don't think I ever had this conversation with anybody as in detail, right? Like we, what y'all call it, civilians. We don't, we have no clue what the hell y'all been through, right? We think life is hard because we gotta pay like water and gas,
right?
And y'all gotta wake up and go shoot somebody or stand up for somebody that y'all don't even respect sometimes,
right?
And do it because that's what y'all gave y'all life for. So big hats out to y'all for real.
Yeah. And you say respect, or that person may not have respect for you,
right?
Because me and Miss Anita have served with people who may not even respect you or your background or
race,
right,
your sexuality,
right. Not and she, you know what I mean. So they don't even respect you as a human being,
right? Yeah.
And like you say, we still have to perform, and it doesn't matter, and that's a difficult thing for, you know what I'm saying, like a normal person. That's
comprehend.
why that's why I say it's a, you know what I mean, it's a calling. It's a definitely a different, not, and you're right, Andy, not everybody is going to be able to do it,
and many people have failed,
right?
That's crazy, because even with Trisha,
have.
I met him at 4 a.m. on Clubhouse, and when we was like, okay, we're gonna do Hello Houston, first thing he says, I'm loyal. I'm like, whatever. He's like, no. I'm trained to be loyal. Right. This is what's happening. Right. And now I'm hearing the backstory of Breaking Through Success. Gee, I ain't even know you was this deep in it. So I'm over here bug out. Y'all know my eyes already big. So I'm like, oh my God, you had to do what?
Yeah.
Right? But I think those stories need to be told. Like people need to hear that side of the story. So I think a part 2, part 1.
But you know why they're not told? Because what happened is, once again, it's that bubble, right?
Yeah.
We all know the stories because we all deal with it, right?
Yeah.
So what a lot of people feel is, one, nobody wants to hear a bunch of stories like that. You know what I'm saying? To us, it's so common. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think how common it is. Like, nobody in Brent could say something, we'd be looking at like, okay. But somebody else could be looking at like, the eyes are this big. Like, what?
Yeah.
But to us,
that's me.
So we'll look at it like, man, why you? So we'll say, man, why you over there? Just be quiet. We'll just tell the person, like, yo, leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? And so they probably are, but there's millions of stories. That's the thing about it, millions, because everybody's an individual, so it affects them differently, right? And part of it is the personality.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
And again, I'm speaking on a person who never been in the service.
Right.
I have an uncle that was actually in the army. He used to tell me stories, but I was like, okay, that's Uncle Tuffy, cool, you know. But now that I'm hearing it, I'm like, damn, this is real. This is real life.
Like, yeah.
You know, my question to y'all is like, do y'all really want to tell those stories?
I don't know.
I think if it'll help somebody, I will. I mean, it's a story. It is the truth. It's life. I mean, and if it can help somebody, I'm definitely willing. I don't have no bubble no more, so it's nobody can shut me up or hush me or tell me you can't, or certain things he cannot do right now.
Yeah,
you can't get on any social media, say anything about politics or anything.
Whoa,
he can't do any of that.
Right,
he can get punished for that.
Right? Okay, so you newly out.
Yeah.
So G, you been out. What? How you feel about it? Telling your stories and the backgrounds about it. Like somebody have to ask you, are you willing to share your story?
Probably not. You gotta remember this. Everything based on levels too, though.
Yeah.
Because no matter
piece of it, maybe
no matter
what,
it's just like
pieces.
There's different positions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No matter what, there's different positions. You know what I'm saying? You can be a rank, but you could be a rank at different levels.
Right.
So there's certain things that are implied, and certain things is, some things are really NDA for the rest of your life.
Right. Whoa. Oh yeah, I'm not going to tell anything that I can't tell or say any names. So even in my book, I don't say any names.
Even the stories of something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't say something simple as, I was over there on Jones Street. You can't even say that.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So there's no way you should have been on Jones Street, because there's somebody could pinpoint what happened on Jones Street at any point.
Right.
So now that brings you into something. You know what I'm saying? So it just becomes that simple. So you just
Don't
It's
say
smart.
nothing at all.
Well, yeah, it's just smart. You just don't talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
You just-
this is crazy. And I be
Yeah.
talking about business contracts. Y'all like, yeah,
Nah.
nah, that ain't shit.
But when he
Wait
said,
a
but when he's
minute.
saying he's trained to be loyal, see, that is one thing that does happen. Some people can have loyalty in them, no matter what, because they're loyal to themselves.
Yeah.
But that is one thing they push you to do is to be loyal.
Yeah.
So if you're already a loyal person,
Team.
and now they're pushing you to be loyal, you know what I'm saying, and you stay in as long as he's been in, you know what I'm saying, as long as she's been in, you got to understand they're gonna act a certain way. You know what I'm saying? He can go right now. I promise you, he could walk down the street, and somebody was walking on the street, and they were in a service. They only have to be in the Air Force. There's a commonality. The guy could say, or Gary can say, you know what? Hey, yeah, I was in for 2 years, right? They can connect right then.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Tristan can take him to the, hey, come on, hop in the car, we can go to the house and get something to eat. And that person jump right in the car. And we would do that because we are conditioned to be in a way to take care of somebody 24/7.
Right.
24/7. Like once you have a
first aid,
once you have a soldier or airman, you're responsible for everything about that person.
That's right.
Till they're out of the military.
Shut up.
Right. Jeez, yeah.
If they get a ticket, if they got in a fight, whether it's a girlfriend or just in the street, if they got a, you know, like I said, if they got a ticket, they got to go to court. You know what I'm saying? If they're going on, if they're going on leave, you got to know where they're going.
That's right.
Who house they're going to. You know what I'm saying? How they're going to drive there. How many stops they're going to make before they get there.
Because they got to rest.
And they got to
rest.
Listen,
rest ride cycle.
It's real out here. Because if they die, you know what I'm saying? If they get in a car accident,
accounted for.
And they look at the risk assessment, because you have to think risk assessment is done for everything.
Yeah.
Like the military teach you how to mitigate risk all the time. So everything we look at is a risk assessment.
That's right. Safety.
You know
we have a safety brief.
Do you have water in it? Do you have water in the vehicle? You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Did the car broke down? How did he dehydrate? He didn't have a 5-gallon water can in the car.
They didn't have any investigation.
So now they're doing it to fire you. That's what they're gonna do.
Oh.
So they don't. It's almost like they're gonna take everything. How close are you to 20? Oh, okay. You need 18 in a day, so you got 17 and 17 in 6 months. Okay, you got the military in 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
And so now you don't get no check.
It's happening. But cool. I want to reiterate though. Yeah. You know, the military has been good to us. We just kind of bringing out some things that to help people kind of understand. It was good to me. You know what we can, or sometimes we can go through, but we are loyal. We are, on time. Yeah. We loved our jobs, right? And we went through it. We had the courage to continue. Yeah. We had clarity, we had commitment, we had a passion for it, and we have the humility. And that's my 5 key leaderships for me, in my opinion, that helped me through my time in service. Right. Triple CPH. Commitment, clarity, courage, passion, and humility.
And I want to piggyback off of that, because, like you say, we tell some of the things we've been through, but the military, the Air Force, has saved my life and has changed my life.
Oh, definitely.
So the fact of the matter is, yes, we go through things, but the pros outweigh the cons.
Yeah,
because like I said, I have a job that I am proud of, and I have a purpose, and I help people. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, when I put on that uniform, I'm not Tristan, the African American. I'm Sergeant Holmes.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go hard or go home.
Right.
Holmes.
Right.
Holmes.
So and people respect me as that.
Right.
And so, like she said, if you out there, you thinking about the military, and that's something you want to go into it, do it. You know what I'm saying? I would never discourage you from it.
Absolutely.
We tell these stories. Yeah. Is it tough?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. And it's supposed to be that way.
It's going to grow you though, if you let it. It's going to grow you if you let it.
Yeah.
So here's the question. Here's the question.
Come on.
If you had to, would you do it all over?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
There's no doubt.
Yep.
No doubt.
Why?
5. G5. If you had to do it all over again, would you?
You know what? It probably would have to be yes, because I wouldn't have the knowledge I have right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have this knowledge. I wouldn't understand the world the way I understand it, because there's no way I could learn it by just being in North Carolina. wouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Or any regular job.
Had I not been around the world as many times as I've been, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a plane landing. I'm talking about being there, functioning, working in different parts of the world, learning different cultures, staying in Afghani camps with Afghans and interpreters for, you know what I'm saying, weeks, and, you know, waiting for the Amish guy to talk to me. Had I not experienced that, not knowing if they're gonna come in and kill me, you know what I'm saying, until they come talk to me, I wouldn't have known, I wouldn't have understood culture. I wouldn't understand how to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really learned how to really communicate with people by talking to so many different people from different nations. You know what I'm saying? Because one, you have to pay attention to them. So you have to look at them in the eyes. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure that from a cultural standpoint that you communicate with them correctly the right way. You know what I'm saying? So I really think it gives us the opportunity to really learn how to communicate with people. And people can understand it when we talk to them. They're like, man, why are we, you know, you probably had it and you probably had it. Why are I'm so drawn to you? Because we've learned how to really communicate. We've learned how to look at people and talk to them. We learn how to shut up. You know what I'm saying? We know when to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Well, some people don't know when to stop because they just want to keep talking. You know what I'm saying? But we'll read facial expressions. You know what I'm saying? So we understand, not just from people here in the United States, but from other countries. You know what I'm saying? So we really take and pay attention to people more, I think. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have had this ability to do this had I just stayed in North Carolina. It wouldn't happen.
And to piggyback off what he's saying, it's the level of communication. Like he said, we understand different cultures. We understand because in the Air Force, you work with so many different people from so many different cultures. And you have to learn to adapt and learn from each other. And because if you don't, you're gonna have trouble. And so you learn different people, and you learn how different people what's key, you know, what's important to them. You find out what's their why. You know what I mean? You find out
what's their why.
Because you have to motivate these people.
Right.
If you're in charge of these people, you have to learn what motivates, and different people, different things motivate them. So you have to learn these things, and so it helps you in the outside world. Before I got into the military, I was it's hard to believe, but I was more of a shy young man.
Oh Lord, let's keep that on.
It's true, but it's true. I was very quiet, and anybody tell you who went to high school with me, I was very quiet. People still knew who I was, but I was very standoffish and very quiet.
Right.
The military opened it up to where I can walk into a room with a person who make $5 or a person who make $50 million.
Right.
And I'm still that same person because I have confidence in myself that I had the ability to adapt in any room that I'm in.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And that's what we have to do. We have to understand we don't walk in the room the same way. That's one thing we do learn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, because some people say, well, this is just who I am. You're not going to make it.
Right.
And then people tell you, you know what I'm saying, you would go this far and you would stop. You know what I'm saying? And everything, you know how it is, very direct. Like we don't sugarcoat it, nothing. You know what I'm saying? We'll tell you, listen, you garbage.
Right.
And that's it. And that's it. And what you going to say? Nothing.
Right.
You're going to be like,
yeah,
right.
I'm garbage.
Yeah. Right. And
you run your mouth too much. You're too loud. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is who I've been. Okay. And that's why you're going to stay right where you're at.
Right.
If you're trying to go up there, it's not going to happen. If you're trying to go in that door, it's not going to happen. I can go in any room. Yeah, you can if nobody's in there. You can't go in any room.
And the crazy thing about it,
many times
G5 says that, because I have trouble in relationships with that, because they say I'm too direct, right? Because that's the way I'm conditioned to be, right? I'm going to tell. We call it in the military, the baby's ugly. Nobody want to say the baby. Yeah, you look at me like that, but the truth of the matter is, what they was told was nobody. It's hard to tell you your baby's ugly.
Yeah.
Right.
But somebody got to tell you your baby's ugly.
Every baby ain't cute.
Right. Every baby ain't cute.
Don't ask.
Ooh, that baby surely is.
Who's the baby?
That's that baby.
Is it Bushwick Bill?
Not Bushwick.
I Pete Bushwick.
Right. Yeah. So if you had to say something, right, Anita, to a young airman that is coming into the military, okay, and she's a young lady, to just happen, you know what I'm saying, she is who she is, you know what I'm saying, and you know the struggle still, even though everybody can serve openly, There's no issue with nothing. You know what I'm saying? What advice do you give her?
How far do you want to go? What is your goal? What are you here to achieve?
Right.
Let's be honest about it. Be direct and say, well, what do you really want to achieve?
Right.
Right.
She said, listen, I want to take it to the top.
Well, there's a couple of things you're gonna have to do.
So is there a different road for that area?
I won't say it's a different road, but you're gonna have to conform to some things that you might not think you want to. If you want to take it to the top, because it is, political, it is some stops that could be in your way.
Right.
Right. So you gotta know how to move within the system. So learn the system.
So them accepting you is not on the application.
Yeah, you can't just come in there. Your game got to be super tight.
Right.
They can't find nothing wrong. You can't let them find nothing wrong.
Right.
So as long as you can come in there strong, right, and have that courage, have that confidence, and carry that through. Right. Know that system. Know who you need to connect with at all times. You need to know the finance people. You need to know dining hall people. Right. You need to know, the logistics people. Everybody.
You get your supply game together.
Right. When I tell you, that's what I did.
Right.
I was shy too, Tristan. Yeah. I couldn't barely talk.
You played sports.
I know, but I still was to speak in front of people.
Oh yeah.
Right. To get in front of a crowd and say da 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 da. Do a speech.
Right.
It was very hard. Not anymore. The military taught me that too. Just how to make a speech, give a speech. They train us very well. That money is very well spent.
Right.
On learning how to speak,
teach.
Write, brief. We call it briefing when we get up to talk and give you some information. So that's why it's easy for us to give an introduction. Once you tell us exactly what to do, we gonna mimic it. We're very good mimickers. And that's what it is, because they've taught us how to do that.
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna tell you what to do. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you, and tell you what I told you.
Right.
That's how it works. That's how you do a briefing.
But when you tell the young person that's coming up, that's getting ready to get in service, to be strong, as much stuff y'all went through, what the hell is strong?
They had to figure that out within themselves, and we didn't know what strong was either. He didn't know what strong was. He didn't know what strong. You got to figure out what your own strong is. So that's why I say, what do you really want? Because I wanted to quit too. I wanted to not do it no more too.
Yeah.
Right. We all kind of got to the point crying in the car, like, what the crap?
Yeah.
Right. But in the end, I had a goal. He has a goal. He had a goal.
Right.
And we had to fight through it. Talk to somebody, get with somebody you trust, that you can lash out to and scream and holler to, or if it's in your car. Yeah. But you have to figure that out for yourself, what the strength is and what's your end goal.
Right.
So it's a lot of lonely days.
It could be. Yeah. If you really don't trust anybody, you don't want to share, because it boils down to trust.
And you got to remember too, it's competition. No matter what, it's competition.
Oh yeah, you got to compete for
everybody.
Everything.
Was in my job field, like we were competing against each other. So no matter what, if it was from privates, we were a squad of us. We're all going against each other, right? Because we're all trying to get. If there's an allocation, if there's 3 allocations and there's 12 of us, only 3 of us can get promoted. You know what I'm saying? So our thing is we're trying to perform the best we can, because that next grade gives us more money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's set up. Well, I know the Army is set up for you to compete against your
co-workers.
That's period.
Same
way.
That's what it is. We all are.
So you're in a compete thing, because then out of that group, they're trying to find the leaders.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not a leader. It's just the way it works. So they're trying to figure out who the leaders are. You know what I'm saying? And once they figure out who the leaders, then they ride you from that point on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now you compare it to another group of people. You know what I'm saying? And so you just really have to perform. Then it goes to the athletic piece. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to get a 300 on my PT test pretty much my whole career. You know what I'm saying? So I was already tall, so I had to be a runner. You know what I'm saying? I had to be a person who do push-ups. I had a person who do sit-ups.
Trust me.
With no issues. You know what I'm saying? And so once you kind of track, so I track leadership. So I went to everything that was leadership based. Drill sergeant leader. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a drill sergeant. You know what I'm saying? I made drill sergeants. Okay. So you get to do those things right there. And those are going to carve you out who's going to be the leader. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, and then you just become conditioned to those things, because they're gonna put you in these areas to lead at different levels. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just really a conditioning of it.
Right.
But then you have to get to a point where you have to. That's why I never lived on a base. I never lived close to a base, because, like I said, you perform at certain levels, they want all of you.
Oh yeah.
So you have to take some part of you.
And they'll pile it on until you break if you let it, or you need to be the leader and you disseminate.
Definitely.
And that's what I always tried to create was leaders. If I'm not here, y'all got to do this. So I need you to be ready. So be ready. I don't have to be here. You know what you need to do. Right. So that's what I always tried to do is train people to be leaders. Get you ready. You need to have this. You need to have this. You need to have that to be prepared for what you're trying to get to. That's what you told me. That's what you wanted. Right. Same thing like you do, business coach.
Hello.
I'm telling you, this is what you need. So if you want it, you better get this stuff lined up. So
because Trish, there's nothing you can't do, right?
No, it's not.
Right. But see, some people take it as cocky. Some people take it as arrogant. But you have to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go somewhere, like nobody can outdo me. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have this mindset. And guess what? The person beside me, guess what they're saying?
Same thing.
Nobody can outdo me. So now you get 10 people to say nobody can outdo me. One, you got a force with you. You know what I'm saying? So it don't take but a few people. Then you couple that with a loyalty.
Yeah.
Right? So now, no matter what, you ain't even got to know these people. You ain't got to like them. But guess what? You're all loyal. So you're loyal to yourself. So you don't have to be loyal to the person beside you. You know what I'm saying? I try to tell people all the time, listen, loyalty is about what you are. It's not about what you are to somebody. If you're a loyal person, then you can transfer it to anybody. So that means that if you go somewhere with me, you know what I'm saying? If I took you back to North Carolina, right? Nothing's gonna happen to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna die before something happened to you. And really mean it though. You know what I'm saying? Well, some people just like, oh, no, you good with me. As long as you with me, you good. No. I guarantee you. You go somewhere with somebody like Tristan, you know what I'm saying? You go somewhere with someone like Blue, they're gonna die to make sure nothing happens to you.
Man, he's right.
And that's how it works, because when you do go into harm's way, when you do go to places wherever, Afghanistan, Iraq, you're going there to potentially die. That's why you're going there, to potentially die. And if you're on my side, then you going there to potentially die too. So now what we're gonna say? Shit, we ain't dying.
Right.
We going up in here. Listen, everybody gone.
Yeah.
We going up here. You know what I'm saying? So you have to build that. Well, people gonna think Tristan is arrogant. People think, oh, he think he's this. He should. So society probably won't understand it. You know what I'm saying? They won't understand it. I'll understand it because I know what he has to do to be able to do his job. I know he has to do to function and be in their service. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they want. Leaders. That's what a leader is. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a turn off, turn on thing. It's 24 hours. People say, well, when I'm at work, I'm a beast. No. Guess what? When I'm laying in the bed, I'm a beast. Yeah, that's what it is. Turn off. Because you lead 24 hours a day. And that's you conditioned to do this. As she said right here now.
You're breaking through success.
As she said, becoming a leader while hiding in plain sight. Once you become a leader, it doesn't stop. When people go to jobs, they can stop at 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have to worry about another individual. They don't worry about the person who got off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, I'm in charge. I laugh at people sometimes. You don't say, oh, no, I work at so-and-so. I'm over 50 people. I'll be like, okay. What's that?
Nobody.
You ain't know nobody? Right. What you mean I ain't know nobody? I say, okay, so when they walk out the door, do you have to care for them anymore? No, they on their own time. Right, exactly. When my 7,000 soldiers left, guess who's responsible for all 7,000 of them?
Yes.
Me. One of them died. Guess whose fault it was? My fault.
That's a lot of pressure.
That's responsibility.
That's a lot of
that
pressure.
is leadership. So when people talking about, oh, I got so much going on, I'll be laughing. I'm like, boy, y'all sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
You ain't got
Clowning.
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You're tripping.
You know.
Yeah. And that's what it is. It's just like that, Andy. You just don't cut it off. Right. Phones and all. Yeah. I still got to turn in a phone and a computer right now.
Right. And to piggyback what G said, it's about, Andy, and when you build your team, that's what you do. You build the people loyal to you, and you build the mindset of nobody can outdo it. You may be small, you may be an underdog, but the thing that attracts me to you is because I see it. You're a leader. You're a fighter.
Oh, right. Force to be reckoned with, baby.
And
come on.
You may not be known like all these other people. It does not matter.
It's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time, and I seen it from day one because leaders recognize other leaders.
Absolutely.
And so
we want to be around them.
Right. So when me and Miss Anita vouch for you, it says a lot about you, because if we would never associate ourselves with anybody who's not
Trust
a
me.
leader.
You're like, I don't know about this. I don't know. She
Right.
seem like
And
she
we-
kind
won't do it.
of.
I'm just trying
trusting.
to no.
Trusting
Let me
believe.
tell y'all why it's so important that y'all are saying this
How's
out
that?
loud, right? And it's not flowers to me, it's flowers to what y'all went through. Like, I don't think people know the extent of what y'all do and how y'all did it, right? And I'm sitting here like just wow, right? I talk a lot of noise, y'all know.
Flex on, flex on.
But I also understand that I'm a student of my craft, and I can be around other people that can always teach me something else, right?
Right.
And just
Always
sitting here
learning.
listening, I'm like, oh, ain't no way in hell I would have been in 130 degree weather. I hear you, G, to my no. If you have to, no,
Yeah,
I
you done
ain't
done
for
it.
the no.
You
I
done
got
done
a
it.
choice.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, hey, you go be.
Right.
But it's the loyalty of and the minds. Like now, I'm finna stop telling people about mindset. Like, shut up. Like, you ain't got. Like, I don't want to say it, but if your mindset, I done been around people that been around stuff that they willing to die
Right.
for the understanding that
Right.
I may not know nothing else, but I know I gotta go out there, make it happen, and go back home.
That's right.
So that's why I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and that's the like G5 saying, Miss Anita probably agree to it. That's why when people say, "Oh, you know, my mindset this and that," and we don't really pay it no mind because you
don't have no mind.
Right, because you don't know if you're not willing to die for something you believe, because everybody on that you talking to right here, I will tell you, if you one of my, like G said, if you my friend and you with me, Miss Anita, I am willing to die.
Yeah.
You're going to have to kill me. Yeah. And there's no question, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I would tell Miss Anita, hey, bury me in Houston National with all the rest of the heroes.
You know the same thing here.
Right.
That's where we being buried at.
Right.
Houston National Cemetery.
Right.
We getting our taps, our grass and water. And we getting everything we want over there. So,
because that's what I'm saying. Because it's a calling. It's not something that I've never taken lightly. When you put on that uniform, you must take it as a calling of what it is. And I mean, of course you're not gonna get your due, and you understand that. But it's not about your due.
Right.
At some point, it's bigger than you. It's bigger than yourself.
I like that.
It's bigger than you.
And you're sure not doing it for the money.
Right.
because you're not doing it for the money. So it's beyond that. And you're willing to go these places because it ain't about the money, because there is no money in it. If you look at it, you're losing money. You know what I'm saying? By staying in so long. You know what I'm saying? For what you will be, what you're worth.
Right.
No,
but all the
money
training,
wise,
all the stuff that we know,
you know,
it's just 250 and above. Really, for somebody to come and talk to us, really everything that we know.
There's no hours,
right?
You know what I'm saying? You know, people say that my time is important. You're gonna pay me for this amount for my time. The further up you go, the less time money you're gonna get for your time,
right?
Because you're on the clock 24 hours a day, every day.
I mean, because nobody's life worth $50,000-$60,000. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about it, most people wouldn't put their life on the line for that little bit, but it's people do it every day without any question.
And proud of it,
right? And me and Miss Anita have buried many. They have ultimate and paid the ultimate price,
right?
And so it's definitely, like I say, it's definitely something you have to admire those people. And me and Miss Anita has honored those people, and it's one thing I'm proud of, because some of these people, you know what I mean, they have paid the ultimate sacrifice,
right?
And we've done people who died in Iraq, we've done people who died in Afghanistan, and it's difficult. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's our job. That's what we go out there. We look at it as a job.
Right.
That's what we do. But like I said, at the end of the day, if it's one person or it's 5,000 people,
right,
it doesn't matter. It's you do the best of your ability. And Miss Anita, she helped me, understand that.
Right.
And that's what a mentor and a leader is.
Right.
And she did the same thing. And it was no question that because you have to depend on it. We'll mess up every now and then, but you wouldn't have known it. You wouldn't have never known it.
We get back in the van, laugh about it. Remember, man, I left too soon. I did this, I did that.
Right,
I missed
right.
that. But we just laugh about it, correct the next time. It was never no big thing. But yeah, you just because they don't know what we're supposed to be doing. We know, right? And so yeah, we just did it. I mean, that was one of the best teams, the best times in my service.
Right.
Because we got to honor.
Yeah, that's an honorable duty.
Yeah,
People don't understand that.
Right. And we didn't know anybody personally. So it wasn't sad. People like, how could you do it? It was sad. We didn't know we had a job to do.
That's
a
crazy.
mission, and to do it to the utmost excellence.
Yeah.
I say that's crazy because when my uncle, he just passed during Corona.
Right.
And again, as a civilian, I'm speaking for myself. I didn't even pay attention that these individuals was walking a certain way, dressed a certain way, and they're honoring a person they don't even know.
No.
You know? And it didn't hit me, honestly, until Tristan was telling me, like, we just gotta go. We can be off that weekend, but we gotta go. And even if we were scheduled to be off and someone says, you know what, I can't be there, can you come? We just step in, no matter what happens. So it was like, damn, these people do still, they still gotta iron the clothes a certain way. I never understood why my uncle will make up his bed so neatly. Now I'm gonna make him a bed. Don't get me wrong. But homeboy tucking and and spreading out the pillows. I'm like, sir, what are you doing? We about to get back in the bed.
Yeah,
but it's the
conditioning.
Man, it's the respect level for y'all. Like this is a whole nother respect level for y'all for real. Big
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. But sad thing about it, we really don't even be thinking about it.
No, not like that. Not like
we
that.
don't think about it. And sometimes, and this is what I noticed, like throughout the deployments, you come back from. This is the funny thing people don't understand. So you come back from, you have R&R. So you go to Afghanistan, Iraq, right? So you have R&R. So you come back. If you come back to the States, you know what I'm saying? I went to Dubai twice. So
you took that detour?
They pay for it. So I go. But anyway, so you come back to the States. As soon as you get back to Atlanta, you land in Atlanta. That's why I always landed in Atlanta, right? So you get there and people are out there with signs. They want to buy you food. And you're like, thank you for your service. And you just trying to get through these people. It's like, yo, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Because your time started. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo, I got to be back here in a few days. So I'm trying to get there. But we don't really think about it either. Because it's one of those things we have to do it. Like, I didn't buy a ticket to go over there. They told me I was going. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I really wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? I just went because I had to go. And you don't care. This is crazy, right? So you get your orders to go. And what's going on over there. I'm a helicopter guy, so no matter what, you getting shot at every night, right? So what's gonna happen. This is gonna happen every night, right? And nobody tripping. We just like, oh yeah, boy, we about to go on over here. And everybody that's going with you is not coming back though. You know it. You know what I'm saying? You come back at nighttime, you go out because everything's done at night. So you come back and you getting out and you be like looking at yourself, and we have Kevlar blankets on the bottom of the helicopter, right? So the blades are shot up, the helicopter shot up, we laughing. You know what I'm saying? We going to the DFAC, we in there laughing down the facility. We in there just laughing about, man, yo, you see what happened? Oh, bro, if we ain't turn like this, man, I shot that up and blah, blah, blah. We laughing. And we're like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. So it's like 2:00 in the morning, and we know we got to come back and do it tomorrow, the next day. And so you flying over the wall, you like, oh, okay, here we go. You know what I'm saying? And they patched the helicopter. It's like, oh, yeah, they patched it up pretty good. We good. And you just go, but you don't think about it though, right? Just don't think about it. You just like,
because just imagine if you did.
Yeah, it'd be horrible.
Hell, I'm thinking about it like now. I would be like, there's so many bullets in here. Like, yo,
you can't.
That's that courage. That's the courage. You every night thinking, oh, this is it.
Yeah,
you be crazy, right? So you have to. They had to do what they did.
So what about mental health?
Right.
You want to know the truth or the
you want the bullshit?
Since you're saying it like that, I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. Y'all came back home. We appreciate you.
Yeah, that's the thing. What it is, it's based off your condition where you're from. You know what I'm saying? Everybody claiming to be a project kid, in the army. Everybody, I'm from the hood. Everybody from the hood, right? You know what I'm saying? You like, yeah, okay, got it. You know what I'm saying? You're from the hood too.
Yeah, the army.
But you could have sat on the stoop too. I know people that grew up where I grew up
Right.
and they never left the steps. You know what I'm saying? Like they did. They're from the projects I'm from, but they never left the steps because they had a good mom. The mom like, no, you're not going out to mess with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they grew up in the projects, but they never were, you know what I'm saying? They were never outside
Yeah.
doing people. So they heard the gunshots. They heard stuff, people get stabbed, stuff like that. They heard of that. So they never really seen it. So if you got people who kind of have seen it and now they go to those conditions, they handle it different. I ain't say they cool with it, but they just handle it a little different.
Right.
Versus the person who probably stayed in the suburbs, play video games, and that's all the stuff they saw. You know what I'm saying? So
it was on the movies, what they saw.
Right.
But yeah.
You know, they don't condition
Friday the 13th.
You know. Yeah. But check this out. Hey, listen, this book here, you know, Anita signed it for me. This is mine right here. She signed the first copy that I bought. I gave a copy away to the photographer tonight. You know what I'm saying? Good guy. And I have these other copies right here that I'm definitely going to ask you to sign for me, please. You know what I'm saying? Get your signature in them because I'm going to give these away to people. And it's really an honor. Honestly. No. It's an honor. That's why I wanted you to, you know what I'm saying? If you came here with Andy that day and you told me, and I was just like, yo, no, I got to get you up in here. You know what I'm saying? And people are going to go back and they're going to go back and they're going to look at this broadcast. That's what they're going to do. And because one, this affects so many people. The reason why it was important to me, because I know it affects so many people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've watched people have to deal with the things, you know, and it was really harsh.
Right.
Some of the things that people I've seen and people I've known to have to go through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for you to be able to, that's why I asked, so important. Like, you know, when you was writing this thing, like what some of the things you were thinking about, because I don't know nobody that done this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody done this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Spoke out. Yeah. Talked about it.
Right. That's why I wanted to do it.
You know what I'm saying?
I hadn't heard it either.
Right.
And I knew, you know, hopefully it was going to help somebody. Or help somebody to help somebody.
No, it's going to help somebody. There's, you got to think about it. It's a #1 bestseller.
Come on. Ooh.
Hello.
So,
afterwards.
Okay.
So what does that tell you?
That a lot of people went out and purchased it.
No, it tells me that, but what it tells me is that people
wanting it
are going through.
Right. Well, yeah, definitely.
People know people that have gone through and are going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and somebody was finally brave enough to write it. Somebody finally had the courage. That courage, what you said right there in the leader. You know what I'm saying? It's key, the courage. You know what I'm saying? You put it here. And so that's why it was so impressive to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did not mind standing behind this at all. You know what I'm saying? And this is definitely some good stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that this book will stay. I can't say this was the one because I had all the different copies. I can't say this was the one I read. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
But I read one of them. You know what I'm saying?
That one's signed. So that's the one you read.
So I got to keep it real and honest. You know what I'm saying? But I did read the whole book and I finished it up today, and which was a good thing. And I would tell anybody to read this book. You know, for anybody to do 34 years, you know what I'm saying, in any branch, you know what I'm saying, and what you have to go through just to even be in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My hat is definitely off to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I really salute you for real. You know what I'm saying? That's enlisted to enlisted.
Yes.
You know, and you're a trailblazer. That's what we call them.
Okay.
That's what we used to call them in the Army trail. You're a trailblazer. For real. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big deal.
Man, hey, thank you so much. You know, I didn't even think of it any type of way. I just was saying, hey, I have a little something I went through, right?
Right.
And I'm just gonna open up a little bit and you know, share a little bit of that and hopefully can help somebody. So that's pretty much what I did. And I'm glad about it.
Right.
I hope that it does what I wanted to do.
Right.
And you know, I get some good feedback or not. But that's a bit of my story and how I was able to move through and make it 34 years continuously serving the country and serving people in the military.
Right.
Right. Because we serve each other too. We just don't serve, you know, the country. We serve each other in the military.
Right.
All the branches. We have to work in cohesion.
We do.
And sometimes we don't realize that. We serve each other. We take care of each other because you're
100%.
taking care of me right now.
100%.
Trishan taking care of me right now.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to do that.
Always.
And so that's the beauty of it as well. that, like you say, we can meet anybody who served on a street corner.
Anybody.
And we gonna be able to connect. Anybody. And so I am forever grateful for the opportunity to have, enlisted in the military and changed my life and been good to me ever since. I'll miss it, but I am going to enjoy the freedom for sure, and can't wait to celebrate 20 years from Mr. Holmes here in the next month. We're going to celebrate him. And Miss Andy, just ask Andy, my cousin. So I appreciate you guys coming here to hang out with me and support y'all. Y'all been my little backbone with G5 here. Carry me along the way. So I truly appreciate you guys. Give y'all flowers. Definitely while we can yet see each other's eyeballs. Right. And so that's what I want to say about everything. And what I try to say in the book is be the leader you want to see. Ooh. Because every leader ain't approachable. Hello. So I don't want to be that person. Right. I want somebody to be able to come and talk to me so I can kind of understand what they're going through. True. Right. So be the leader you want to see and let faith lead. Right. If you believe in something, just let it lead you. Just kind of relax sometimes and move aside and say, hey, I got the gut feeling, right? We all have a gut feeling. That's faith. That's your belief. That's something inside of you saying, you move this way.
I know, sure. Right? T-shirts. That's what you're doing right now.
Right. Let faith lead. That's what I want my T-shirt definitely to be. So it's just those little things, right? And so if you can make a difference in somebody's life, just say something nice. How you doing? How your kids? Right. Let's just do that. Be there for one another. And I appreciate this grand opportunity. Yeah. And I know I'll be back soon.
Oh, I know you will be.
Even if it's on somebody else's podcast.
Yeah. Hey, Tristan, go ahead and give it. We're gonna let you and Andy, but I want you to go ahead and give us some flowers.
Well,
give her some direct flowers for me.
Direct flowers from me. Miss Anita, you were my sister in arms. You were a mentor. You're not just a friend, you're a family. And I want to say that I love you, and I'm so I'm so proud to say that I know you. You know what I mean? That I really know her. She knows me too. She was in my wedding. So we know each other. Right. And so the fact of the matter is, like I told Andy earlier, she told me about a book, but I really didn't, know when the book was coming out or whatever. And just the stars aligned. When I told her about Clubhouse and what what that wave was going, and I hadn't even met Andy yet, and so we didn't even have a Hello Houston room yet. Nope. I hadn't met G5 yet.
Come on,
and so that just let me know that what we doing is divine. Come on, I'm saying. So I walk on purpose. I walk in faith, and so what I don't just, and I told Andy this, I'm not just doing Hello Houston to do it just to do it. I see the vision. I see what we doing, how we connecting people, how we're changing people. You know what I'm saying? Just Anita, because I'm not gonna say we're the sole reason she's a bestseller, but a lot of the reason,
large bit of it is
a lot of the reason is because Miss Andy here, and it's because we promote it. And G5, yes, brother, you got one of the best podcasts.
That's right
out here, and you may not be known yet,
hands down,
but the experience out here is top notch.
That's right,
and it's about quality. That's what me and Andy talk about it all the time. If we're gonna put our name on it, it's going to be quality.
Right. Absolutely.
And I'm telling you this on the podcast. If we vet you, and I'm going to tell you, Andy's going to tell you, sir, you are trash.
Right. And that's how it's supposed to be.
And you will not get represented by me and Andy.
Right.
Because like you say, it's just because that's what we love, quality over quantity. We don't care how many followers you got. We don't care how many, who you are, who you know, we're trying to get quality people. And if that's the way we want to go, and that's the way our room is set up. Right. And so if you advertise in our room, or you trying to sell something in our room, please,
tell them,
please have your stuff. I'm gonna say it politically correct. have your stuff together.
Right.
Because if you do not,
Billy
All up in you.
and you slide into my DMs,
gonna slap you right out.
respectfully or professionally.
Professionally, that's my thing.
Literally, I will ignore you, or I will
Delete.
right. I will
Delete.
tell you to your face, your product is not
Mm.
the best for our platform.
Okay.
There you go.
Because we want high quality, not just black owned, because black owned people, black owned businesses. Yeah, I say black owned people. Black owned businesses get a bad rap because they a lot of people want you to support because they black.
Right.
I don't believe in that.
Right.
I'm a man of principle and quality.
Come on, integrity, service, excellence.
Right.
Excellent.
Yes,
That's the key.
that's one of our core values. Excellence in all we
Right.
do.
Yeah.
And so
integrity first.
Integrity first. And
Service before self.
Say it.
Excellence in all we do.
Absolutely. So if you're not excellent at what you do, how am I going to promote you just because you black?
Oh Lord. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Podcast went left.
No, I don't mean it to go to left. But
and he's on Red Bull and limited.
Right.
Red Bull and limited. There is no alcohol here.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
It's not their fault. But I'm just, while I give Miss Anita flowers, I'm gonna let you know, hey, if you're a business owner, have your stuff together. And because we're doing big things, we got G5.
Right. Come on now.
Got Miss Anita out here, best-selling books, and we got Just Ask Andy, who's
plug
a guru.
Just ask.
Just ask about her.
Ask her. Just ask.
And you know what I'm saying? We got, man, Jay Rich, and we got some real people, some hitters.
Marcus Bowers,
right.
Key and KT,
right.
1409,
yeah.
Cookie, there's two cookies out there.
Oh Lord, okay, hold on. Keep on going. Keep on.
Anyway, Black Book Houston, Black Joni.
I love
shout out to Joni with the candles. But what I'm saying is, we're trying to establish a group of people that are high quality,
powerhouses,
high value people.
One block.
And so, we trying to move as a fist. We're not trying to move as fingers.
Come on.
Because a finger ain't gonna do nothing.
Okay.
If I hit you with a finger,
break.
but if I hit you with this fist, right. You know what I'm saying? But if I hit you with this fist, you gonna know I'm there. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, we still small. But don't you sleep on us, you're gonna wake your ass up and we're gonna be on the jet. I'm done.
And again, he has no liquor.
Just ask Andy and those flowers. Can you present them?
Of course. We like to talk about ourselves a lot. All right. But we forget to understand the people that's around us actually make us. They say birds of a feather flock together. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. I feel like you are your own individual and you attract the people that should be around you. An eagle can soar all the way up. The only person that will get on an eagle is a crow. That crow will pluck on that eagle. But that eagle will go all the way up to the atmosphere.
Crow can't hang on.
That crow gotta let go. And the idea of understanding, being in a caliber of a room of a person that did not give up. Because there's some crows out here.
Oh, yeah.
It's some crows
for sure
that make you rethink life. It's some crows that make you feel they trying to help you get up to the level that you're supposed to be at. But yet and still, when you start sowing, they forget where they started.
They plucking.
And now they want to, well, you doing better than me. You sowing, you retiring. What you gonna do when you retire? They're gonna call you back. But not Anita Blue.
No.
And her name is Legacy Blue. You're leaving a legacy by being inside for 34 years. You wanted 35.
Yeah.
But you're an eagle. And an eagle don't have a choice.
That's right.
The only thing they see is vision. And the only way they go is up. So I want to tell you, I literally just met you not even a month ago. Well, maybe a month. Either way, I met you in 2021.
Yes.
See, in 2020 we had a vision.
Yes.
But we got slapped by Corona.
Yeah.
In 2021 we had to refocus.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And when it came to refocus, God said people gonna fall off that's not supposed to be around you. And guess what? You fell off from the military.
Yeah.
And now you aligning yourself to go up to the next level. So I will tell you this. I left my 9 to 5, gave them the pink slip. And my first 2 months, I ain't made no money. I will tell you, you leaving the military of a mindset that this is what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be doing it. But yet and still, you have to remember it's your turn. It's your turn to shine. It's going to be days that don't even seem like it's real. It's going to be days when you're going to like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do next? But it's already in you. And you have taught me so much on loyalty, and no matter how much I'm like, oh, I'm staying, you like, now I'm staying here with you. And I just want to say thank you. You don't know me. You don't have a clue what I've been through. But at the end of the day, you've been there. And I want to tell you, I'm here with you as well.
Thank you.
So if I say I got your back, and y'all over here talking about y'all ain't playing no games, I want to tell you, your flowers are not to be worn. They're not going to die.
All right.
You're just going to plant seeds to continue the harvest. And I got you.
All right, man. I appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love you guys, man. I need a Tito. Where's the tissues? Y'all about to mess me up. I almost made it. I almost made it. Damn it. I almost made it, Jesus. Okay. I'm stay strong.
Hey, but them happy tears though.
Oh, yeah. Tears of
we
joy.
celebrate.
God is alignment. He said the key word alignment. You just, the heavens lined up. Right. I'm telling you, we talked on the phone. Miss Anita, you got to do this. You got to do this. And I was calling him and say, what is this thing? Help me. And he was like, okay, you got to do it. And we just boom. It just went boom to boom to boom to boom to boom to boom. It's just incredible.
I'm going to say my prayer now. Y'all know how I do it. My prayer. I got to say this to you. It's in me to say it to you. God, prepare Anita for what is coming.
Come on.
So when it comes, Anita is prepared.
Right.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I receive it.
Amen.
That's it.
Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in for this special edition. You know what I'm saying? We can call it the Anita Blue edition, aka Legacy Blue 66.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? That's how she do it. Make sure you jump on there, Amazon, and buy that book, please. Okay. It's for $9.99. We don't need the what's that thing called?
E-version.
We don't need e-version.
We need reviews too. Don't forget the reviews.
We need the e-version. You know what I'm saying? We don't need the e-version. I know they got it, but we need the paperback. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it in the hands so we can pass it to people. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. And let's support. You know what I'm saying? And last thing I'll say, before I come off this thing is this right here. I enjoy what y'all do on Clubhouse. I enjoy what y'all do, you know what I'm saying, on Hello Houston. Okay? Y'all are doing your thing. I appreciate you. I really do. I really do. When I tell you this morning, I tell you I needed it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was tired. I was tired last night. That 4 hour got me. You know what I'm saying? I was tired. I had to do some other things. But the thing about it is, I look forward to it. Mm-hmm. That was the thing. I look forward to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. You know, I'm used to being around, you know, doing everything, high performing people. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like nobody, everybody's A-type, but a performing A-type. I'm used to being around those type of people, right? And so when you come out of that bubble and everything around you moves like this.
Yeah.
That's how everything moves. That's how everything, I see everything like this. And so you have to just kind of sit there to yourself, like, what the hell going on?
Yeah.
Right.
They said it was going to be like
but when you find a group of people, right? And I don't get in the club. I have never been to any other room, any other group. Yeah. I don't do that because I'm not one of those people. You know what I'm saying? I know what I like and I like what I know.
That's right.
And that's what I do. I don't go surfing. You know what I'm saying? People be trying to ping and go over there. Like, it ain't 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? You
Come on, G.
It's 9:45 p.m. They don't ping going in here. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? Really, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I go there for. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I go there for y'all too. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know what I'm saying? I go there for y'all too because one, you coming out there about this morning, I was just like, hey man, I didn't realize it wasn't music day. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but you know what I'm saying? But you know, sometimes I might need that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I wish you could throw a special request out for me. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't feel good.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I will mute him.
But it's a reality. But the thing about it, what y'all kicking, you're pushing people. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing, of course, that I'll get vocal about is because I'm about this right here. And if people don't do this, You know what I'm saying? See, to me, you just run that mouth.
Right.
You just want to plug your company. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't have time for the company plugs. I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying?
Gee, touching souls.
Listen, hold on. I'm just keeping it real.
Right.
But you got to understand,
100.
this is the personality you deal with.
Right.
This is my personality. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. It's just the end of the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not about us getting something from somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's one piece of it. Okay, I got it. People say, oh, I did this so I'm good. I did this so good. No. We got to get and push. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get it. And if you're so good, if your network is so strong, then what you need to do is tell your network, hey, listen, I got this right here. This is good stuff. I need you to get it.
Right. Right.
See, if
you're influenced.
So if your circle is real, cause my circle, this is what happened. That's what my circle right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what my circle do. We support each other. Like support each other. So nobody would ever have an issue. Right. So if we did that from a big perspective, but what we have to do, we have to hold people accountable though.
Right.
Because if you don't do what you're supposed to do,
it's a link in the
go
chain.
find some other room. Go find something else to do with. Because what have you done for anybody in this room?
That's right.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? What have you done for anybody in this room? Who has it been? Have you bought anything and not just bought it? We got to go to the next step. Have you pushed that service to somebody else?
Right.
And you held them accountable to make sure they got it.
Oh,
right.
See, that's the next. See,
Pocket.
We learn accountability in the military, right? Accountability, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Accountability. That's the first thing you learn is accountability. Right. So, but everybody want to put people in a circle just because they're in a circle. Oh, just because I know him. I know him, so I'm good. Oh no, you know I know so and so.
Don't use my name. Don't say Andy.
Don't do that. So if you're not doing something, then be quiet or move on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Stay in the audience.
You know, don't even stay in the audience.
Get off the page.
See, I'm not used to that.
Get off the page.
You can't be in the audience. Be in the audience 2 times. I'm gonna give you once. Okay, and I'm gonna hit you. You don't want to come up? Okay.
It's changing.
I'm gonna see you next day. I'm gonna hit you next day. Hit you. Not right now. You can't never come back. Because
he's a moderator, by the way.
Now you're playing around. You know what I'm saying? I don't need people looking at my window. I don't need you looking at my window. Because you just want to get some ideas and see what's going on, but yet you don't want to participate and assist anybody in doing anything.
Come on.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm sorry, that might be the leader in me.
No, that's what we're talking about. Leadership. Come on.
This is wonderful. So they don't blame it on anyone. I say it's not me. It's not me. No, as y'all can see, I got some hitters behind me. You hear me? So I'm excited because it's a new rules in town tomorrow.
You got killers. You ain't no hitters.
Right. That's different.
You got killers.
Right. You get MB on it. That's another military person. You know that's
right.
Yeah.
That's why I said the first rule in our room is no cap. Coming in here with that, and if you don't know what cap is, that's boasting and lying and telling straight lies and saying, "Hey, I can do this." Right. You better be able to do it.
Do it.
And if you don't, we will let you know that you
and hold you accountable.
Right.
That's the biggest thing.
Do not come back in here with that.
Yo, I love this. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like I really let me tell y'all why I love this.
Why is that?
Because I'm if you know Andy, Andy gonna tell you when you bullshit.
Yeah.
Andy gonna tell you like, yo, that ain't it.
Right.
I ain't gonna tell you can't do it, but I'm gonna tell you that ain't it, right? But the respect level of just hearing y'all, it makes my soul smile that it's other individuals that understand the mindset of either show up and show out or don't do it at all.
Don't even speak about it.
Right.
But it's so crazy because it's like, y'all, we just started Clubhouse. Just imagine when we get this reality show.
I'm trying to tell you.
And they say, well, what happened?
Oh, I know y'all doing some stuff like that.
Yeah, you included.
Okay,
if you're gonna be the show, we got a podcast right here.
But you know what, too? I'm gonna tell you this, in Colorado Springs, right? There was this little restaurant. You know what I'm saying? This lady had. You know, I walked in there one day, right? And she had good food. You like soul food or whatever. I'm like, shoot, you in Colorado Springs on soul food? I said, I know you can't stay. No, baby, it's just, you know, I've been for years and nobody. I said, huh? Okay. So I ate. You know what I'm saying? So now I could have just ate and then went on back another day to try to give a little business. No, that ain't what happened. What I do? What I could do? Hey, Chase, no, hey, meeting. We have a meeting at this location right
Come
now.
on, man.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's how we had a meeting at this location, right? They sucking fingers. They're like, what?
Oh, yeah.
And then see, that doesn't work though.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I challenge you.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have meetings. I challenge you to have 2 meetings here.
Man, come on.
You know what I'm saying? Once a week, right? Then I challenge you. You have a meeting here once a week, right? Next thing you know, it's full.
Yeah.
Every day.
Man, shout out to 1409.
You feel what I'm saying? Because this is what we do. This is what we do.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And this is the same process that has to happen. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People need to come to you for this, right? And no, hey, this is where you need to go. You know what I'm saying? I told you, I don't sell not one product in. Not one time have I said anything about do anything.
He's not as Andy is speaking, he's not right now, but disclaimer, he will be.
But you understand what I'm saying? Because one, we got to get on the same. We got to get on the same playing level first. Because everybody in there is not on the same playing level.
No,
some people in there are playing around. They just want to promote their businesses. And I'm sorry, this is just reality. I've listened. I've been listening. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening. I've been listening to the same people who run that game. I was like, boy, I said, when they gonna really get on these jokers? That's what I said. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna see Andy and Tristan this night right here. And I said, I'm gonna bring it up.
It's the new sheriff in town.
But
look at Johnny say that.
Giddy up.
It's the reality of it, though, right?
Oh, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta hold our people accountable. We gotta hold everybody accountable. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't want to be held, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But we won't move ahead
as the fist.
You know what I'm saying? As their fist,
right?
Unless we do this,
right?
It's always gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's once again, it's leadership stuff.
Right.
We're passionate about leadership.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just apply that to loyalty. I'm passionate about loyalty. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. If I attach myself, and I don't attach myself to many people.
Right.
But if I attach myself to you, you don't know what you got. You got something that's really a force.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's what
I don't play.
And that's what I said today. You know, I done bought soap. I got candles. I'm buying cookies. So I'm going to, but the thing about it is we lead by example.
Right.
So we support these people. We're not just talking on Clubhouse. We support G5. We come to the podcast. We support Anita. We support Joni. We actually do what we say. Right. So the fact of the matter is, if you come in that room, do what you say you're gonna do.
That's right. That's all we ask.
First step is buy a ticket to the Refocus Business Conference.
Right.
March 5th through the 7th.
Right. Because me and Andy take time out of our day every weekday because we believe in what we're doing. We believe in the network that we have. We know that people have came into our room and have gotten business.
Man.
Right.
That they never had before.
Exposure.
Clients. Access to big time people you wouldn't have never got. Your little candle business or whatever, your little t-shirt.
Johnny.
Not you, Johnny. We love you.
And you never hear them say anything about another business.
Right.
Man.
Right. Man, thank you.
We done dropped the mic and earphones and the whole podcast.
But we want to say,
God,
I will say this. Every business owner that has tapped in, not every single day, but every other day, I want to, Tristan and I, because we have to speak as we together.
Well,
right? Tristan and I, we have to tell y'all, like, it's one of those things y'all need to recognize that if we didn't believe in you, trust and believe, I will text Tristan outside the clubhouse and say, shut it down. Tristan knows we done had some business owners that come in that was BSing, and I was like, yo, we're not doing business with them. And Tristan was like, yes, we are. I was like, no, we not. Right. And let me explain to you why we not gonna do that, right? And then Tristan said, you know what, you're right. Yeah. Right? But at the same time, the people we have did business with has been A1.
Right.
And not only have they came in and showed their ass, they literally came in and literally showed their naked ass.
Oh,
and I just want to say, I believe in what we doing, because I told Tristan, man, this happened on accident. but it didn't. He said, "No, it ain't happened on accident, Andy. This is something different." And now I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna stop. Someone approached me and told me, "You have a gift that's gonna happen on social media that you're not even gonna believe in, but God is gonna put the people around you that it's gonna be way bigger than everybody y'all connect to. It's gonna believe." And I was like, "Okay, this lady crazy. Let me get my sage because I ain't got time for this shit. Let me go get these crystals and roll them around with a retrograde at, right?" But it's true. It's true. And I'm big. Andy don't put her name behind nobody she don't believe in. And if you bullcorn, I'm gonna tell y'all messed up. We're gonna delete them from the directory. Don't go back over there. They ain't delivered while they, Yeah. But if I say I got you, I got you. G has been nothing but the open door of
just everything great and just hospitable.
But here's the funny part. This man does this like it's nothing. It's not one of those things. This is for clout.
No.
It's like, nope. This is what I want to do.
Yep.
I got time today.
I'm not charging.
Y'all want some wings? I got you. You want this? It's not one of those things either. We over here like, oh, it costs this, it costs that. He like, man, look, this what I want to do. Yeah. Right. And you got to respect people for who want to do something. See, it's some people who want clout and they want their recognition, but there's some people who out there just like, nah, dog, this is what we do. And when you find people that have like-minded abilities and that does it because they want to, not because they have to, because they want to, and they tell the people they do it for, is like, now here's your flowers, not monetary, right? Not materialistic, but this is what I want to do for you. You have to be the strong person to say thank you. Right. You have to be the strong person to say, you know what? I don't care what happens in that building. Your name is gonna be heard in rooms that you're not in. Y'all know who I rock the Jay Rich. Jay Rich ain't never got to be in the building. And guess what? As soon as you say truck, and you thought it was a game. Can't no another woman walk up to me and say, "I'm the queen of truck." I'm gonna say, "Ma'am, you disrespectful." But it's because of the loyalty and respect of understanding what we went through. Me and her cried together. We was broke together. She called me, "Can you transfer this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, transfer it back." Okay. But it's the loyalty that you guys have now came in and gave the same thing. So it's like, I can just imagine in 365 days.
Come on.
365 days of not execution, but consistency.
We averaging 60 in the room.
Not right? 60.
We at 80, but I'm saying
360 days.
No, I'm not. I'm saying right now.
This is no.
What I'm saying right now, from something we started in the spot, in the hood spot, smoking hookah and drinking. We averaging 60, and you may be like, well, that's 60 people. It's 60 big time hitters. Man, it's 60.
G5 and gave us the experience. Hold on. I gotta do it, G.
Gonna put it on that one time. Gonna put it out there.
This is Andy. Hear me closely when I tell you this is my second time of the experience. I walked in the first time, he had my favorite, he had my flat wings from Wingstop. But it came from the experience of how you first attract someone to when you interact with someone, then when you did the impact to someone. Okay. And not only the impact, you also left the impact on someone. So I gotta tell y'all, if y'all ain't been on, if you haven't first, let's start off by subscribing to his YouTube channel. Right. You might miss something. If you have not subscribed to his any social media, just hit the like button. That one little like means something. A whole lot. That one comment means something. And if you have not called in, I got a problem. Because this free game.
Super. All day, every day.
Connected to not the little, how they try to little boy us down the street. G literally said, look, this is the experience. And with the experience, every time you come in the building, you're going to have something different. I first walked in. First of all, we pulled up in a Sprinter inside the building. Hello. The second time I came in, baby, I had a whole photo shoot
straight in the door.
You hear what I'm saying?
Come on. We was just snapping and popping.
You better check Annie's page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Hello, hello.
Check the page.
Look at my page, and
Check.
don't try to use my name though. Don't use my name because I will call you out. I do still watch the YouTube at night, but I need you to call that 832-779-6068 and just say I appreciate you. That's it. We appreciate you. G, I need you to understand that. I know you do a lot for a lot of people.
Yes, let's get G's flowers.
People pat you on the back, but me, I'm gonna give you a hug and be like, Jay, that's
Me
you.
too.
What's good?
You're my guy
I want
for
you
life.
to understand you are recognized.
That's right.
You are making an impact. Even though this is nothing to you, I need you to understand this is my second time physically seeing you in your face, looking you in your eyes. Because y'all just said, if you're going to do something with a soldier, you got to look them in their eyes and tell them what you actually mean. I'm looking you directly in your eye to let you know I appreciate you, man.
And I appreciate
I appreciate the grown man that you are and the experience that you're giving for as the impact of what you're doing, not what you're doing it, but how you're doing it. I want to tell you thank you.
I appreciate that, sister. I really do. Really do. It means a lot.
And piggyback off what Andy said, we will continue to promote you.
Exactly.
And we and you, sir, you will get bigger guests, bigger and bigger because of our and I'm saying it right now, because of our room, we will make sure you get the best
every single time.
The best of
and
the best.
busy.
Right. So that's our plan, because like you said, you came in humble. You didn't ask for anything.
Not at all.
And you didn't say, hey, well, Tristan or Andy, if you do this, and people don't know, because we don't front people out. We're professional.
Right.
And so we don't tell how people come at us.
Right.
Because they know.
Jesus.
And I'm sure they be coming. Crazy.
Listen, you should see my DMs and the videos they send me. Andy, you got to repost this. Can I send this to your house? So you can do this. And then tell Tristan to do this. I'm like, you got to be kidding. Listen, I grew up in South Park. You ain't what? Hold on. But I let Tristan handle that. Because Tristan come up and act up.
Right. But the thing about it is, like I said, you never ask for a dime. You never say, hey, if you do this, we'll do that. And we would have. But but the thing about it is the way you came in. And that's what I'm saying. You led as an example. And that's how we want people to come into the room. Yes, promote your business. Yes. Absolutely. That is what we hear.
Right.
But do not use me and Andy's talents to self-serve yourself.
That's right.
And don't serve other people.
Right.
Because that's not what we do.
Yeah.
And that's not what we put here to do. Andy's a giver, Anita's a giver. We give people our energy and our time to help them.
That's
to value their business, not only that, their growth or whatever. And like I love Hugo, because Hugo come in there with positive energy, and he gives you the positive vibe for the day. And we have people that's rocking with us, that's been rocking forever. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, don't use us because that's not what we're there for. We funnel your business, don't mind that, but don't come in saying, hey, well, Tristan, give me, and then we ask you for something and you be like, what? We ask you for something. It's
a whole issue. It's a whole issue.
It goes silent.
Check your DM.
Crickets.
Crickets. And don't come on, G. Don't try to find G now and try to get you a free meal because you're hungry. Because I'm gonna be the one to come on YouTube like, G, don't make me drive up there. I'm coming. It's only 23 minutes on the clock.
Don't hit my line talking about, hey man, hook me up with G so I can get on the G podcast. No, we're not doing that.
But we appreciate the experience.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you appreciating that. I really do. And that's all I want to do. I want to just create that experience.
And you have done it
multiple times.
Above and beyond what we could have ever dreamed or imagined.
All right,
we got the lights. It's about that time. It's about that time.
Okay. Hey, thank you once again. Hey, join me tomorrow where my guest will be Shonda Money. Shonda Money, she's big game on the business tax.
Okay.
She loves teaching the education of businesses and how to have the taxes done. You know what I'm saying? Professionally. She's done taxes for H&R Block as a contractor, you know what I'm saying, for her own separate business for 12 years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, for business. So she specializes, she can do personal, you know what I'm saying, they can do personal tax with her business, but she specializes in the education of businesses and their business tax. Okay. And at the same time, she has 3 trucks out in the oil field. In Shreveport, and so she's pretty much the one when people have to send a truck out to the oil field, like she is the person that people call.
Wow.
They call her like she's big boss moves. You know what I'm saying? She lives here in Houston, and she lives up in Shreveport as well, where she's from Ohio originally.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But so that's definitely a good thing.
Good show tomorrow.
That's a good thing. So
get on Clubhouse, man.
She's gonna put some game in. You know what? She's in there.
Is she?
In fact, that's she came through there. That's how I met her.
Okay.
You know, through that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No.
Yeah. So that's the deal on that right there. Let y'all know out here on these streets.
Okay.
Internet
streets.
Internet streets.
You done got a couple episodes off of Hello Houston, bro.
Yeah.
So you done got a couple guests off of Hello Houston.
You know,
and gonna get more.
Who did I get off of there?
The sex appeal coach, did you meet her?
Yeah, I think it was
Hugo
just her.
coming.
Yeah, so Hugo, right?
Anita,
Hugo hit me up.
Andy
here. We got
a little something.
I didn't know.
Don't do us like
but you were VFR direct. You know what I'm saying? I got you VFR direct. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I didn't have access to Clubhouse at that time. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to figure out how to get on there. And somebody in Atlanta, somebody know a young lady in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We were talking. She's like, "Oh no," she sent me an invite. I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
And then I knew.
Oh wait, so we gotta run it up. Is that what you telling us? Because Ask 1409 podcast, that's how we come. You need us to run it up.
What you mean?
You need to be booked all the way to June. Because they booked to April right now.
Well, see, yeah, remember it's a different thing.
Oh,
I
it's
do.
the experience.
No. I'm not saying it like that. It's just because I do other things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't just have one thing.
Oh,
see, no, I'm not saying
everybody can't get on the
like
podcast.
That's what but that is the case though.
Everybody can't get on
the case though, because it's a certain thing that I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
there's a certain thing going on.
Hey, well, I'm blessed and I'm highly favored, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Hey, we appreciate you. We're gonna roll out here with a smooth sound
Come
of Jay
on.
Will. Yeah, King of North.
Give you a jab to the nose and make you say what's up. I'm in the club, nigga, tuck with the long barrel. When the music starts having sick and not keeps carols. People hate me, man, I really do know why. They see the wings on my back and they know I'm gon' fly. So what the fuck's supposed to do? Just try to please people. Got my NDK crew family and I don't big people. Remember, used to put newspaper in my tennis shoes. Used to walk around in them tennis, the many shoes. For party nigga, I was too thugged out for that. Never told all my enemies I couldn't be a rat. But niggas told on me, nigga, they got it in return. Now in they mama's living room in a nice earth. Fuck you, your whole crew, bitch, cause you gon' get caught. Blow your brains out in your lap, now hold that thought. Motherfuckers, stop pretending of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches, don't be kidding. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches, don't be kidding. This just for my killers who just straight up murder. Leave you in the sewer dead just like a nigga turd. I got connects with the real fucking black mob. And I'm trying to get it right for my man God. So anytime I don't believe me, that is no problem. Niggas will torture your ass, you wish they fucking rob you. Menace to society, that's my favorite one. Desert Eagle 50 caliber, that's my favorite gun. My nature gunning, yes I'm gunning for your fucking dome. You the homie kid cause you always running fucking home. MBK got a boy, your house will clap it up. I run my mouth like a big booty bitch, I can back it up. Try niggas on pickups just like they did in Jasper. Keep fucking around, your new friend is gonna be Casper. You gonna be in the casket, people trying to coffin on you. But so many hoes ain't like it can play golf for you. Motherfuckers stop pretending of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches, don't forget it. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches, don't forget it. Fuck that shit, boy, I'm tired of being nice. White shit in your head. trailer, not no projects. It's still gun, but you wouldn't run on my set. I kill niggas, dog, and also I kill time. Tell out my snitches, head two fucking moms. Niggas tell on me, goddamn, they drop a fucking dime. Your brains are gone, now you out of your fucking mind. And niggas know I fight you, bitch, young bitch strap, but they don't fucking understand to get the picture to that head, that gun clap. It's the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still winning. G5 legacy never in the bitches, the beginning. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still winning. G5 legacy never in the bitches.